excitement like that, man. But how does it work? I thought the companies have to go on like. Do we have Nate? Do we have Nate?
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
A new era for American cricket began in 2021.
There it goes into a dive, walk it!
The rise of cricket was celebrated across the country. Now, with big wickets and even bigger hits, the stars of minor league cricket are back and better than ever.
Primus goes huge!
Don't miss the nation's largest league competing for the biggest prize in American cricket. The Toyota Minor League Championship returns this summer, live on Willow TV.
It doesn't get much better than this in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. The premium weekends continue in the Atlanta Cricket Fields for the action. Game number 2 on this Sunday, 7th of August. Atlanta Lightning up against the Orlando Galaxy in a very important game, especially for the Lightning. Why is it important, you ask? Well, it's because of this. Just how tightly packed these teams have been at the top of the table. Earlier today, the Raptors winning, moving ahead of the Lightning, who now fall behind and have to win, you think, if they want to stay in the reckoning for those top 2 places. Of course, the Raptors do have a game in hand for the Galaxy. Just 1 group stage match left for them. This is their final game of the tournament, and they'll be looking to end on a winning note. Alongside me yet again, Faisal Shah. We already saw 1 game today here, Faisal.
Okay.
What do you think we can expect from the conditions based on now we've had a full day of sunlight? What do you think will change?
Okay.
I think generally the afternoon games will be high-scoring games.
Starting
And
from here.
at Lightning, they have shown that they have the prowess with the batting lineup. Their concern lies with the bowling. And like you said, for Galaxy, this is the last game of the season. They would like to finish on a winning note. It has been a disappointing campaign for them, so they would definitely want to finish on a high. But exciting game, and too much importance laying on it for the Atlanta Lightning.
Well, of course, the Galaxy, a team that had some key absences in the wrong time at the wrong time for them, and they weren't able to get momentum. The toss won by the Orlando Galaxy, who opted to bat first. Kind of surprising, given they batted first yesterday against the Fire and only scored 105, but looking to rectify that today. And of course, in terms of rectifying and analyzing, providing insight, Nate Hayes of the MSC Network has been so brilliant over these 7 weeks. Let's hear what Nate has to say about this matchup in a must-win game for the Lightning.
A chance to take the pole position today, and with 2 games next week in Morrisville, they'll be extra motivated to beat Orlando. If Mark Parchment can get back on track and Terrence Hines and Heath Richards can keep up their form from yesterday, then Orlando will need something special to have a chance. Orlando will lean on Mitu Patel, Rohit Duchenne, and the suddenly steady Matthew Comrie. I'd love to see Dimitri Adams bat long in this one for the Galaxy. Heading into a packed Week 8, this game should set the stage for some serious fireworks.
Thanks as always, Nate. Let's have a quick look at the teams. The Galaxy unchanged today, winning the toss, batting first. Dimitri Adams, as Nate said, will have a big part to play with the bat in hand. Mito Patel has been the leading run scorer for this team. Rohit Duchenne, impressive yesterday as well. In terms of the Lightning,
Looks like Lightning are keeping faith with their tried and trusted combination. Batting looks very, very strong. Plenty of firepower in there. The likes of Sagar Patel, Mark Parchment. But bowling has been the worry, and they're still missing McNally in the bowling lineup. A real important cog in their wheel. So that is, but the bowling will be put to test first, and under fire Orlando Galaxy batters. So this will be a chance for the Atlanta Lightning to make quick inroads and have an easy target to chase later in the afternoon.
Mito Patel, the opening partner, out there in the middle. Kyle Phillip with the new ball in hand as well. And he's been expensive in the last couple of games, Kyle Phillip. You'd want to rectify that as to Wickets column. The sun basking here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields. First delivery, here we go. Starts wide outside the off stump and gets it through the gap as well. Will be opening the account with a boundary. Mito Patel, he's been in the runs this season. Excellent from him.
We've seen Mithil Patel, the way he bats. He clears his front leg and looks to open up that offside for him. This time he didn't need to do that because there was width on offer. And Carl Phillips starts off with the boundary. He's been very expensive here in Atlanta. And starts off with a boundary. Really jittery start there once again for the Lightning in the field.
So Kyle Phillip under the pump straight away. Starts with a full Yorker at the stumps.
Carl Phillips' preferred length has been back of the length, and he has lacked control when he looked to pitch the ball up. It's be a big test for him as well, because Atlanta Lightning, if they really want to get on to those playoffs, Carl Phillips will have to play an important role, but he needs to find the right length for him.
There'll be more runs for this Orlando Galaxy team. It's been an up-and-down season for them. They had the likes of Tejan Chanapal, who was doing the bulk of the runs, scoring at the top of the order. 8 matches for Chanapal, where he's able to score 280 runs. Has had to return home because of West Indies A-team duty. Nasir Ahmed has played a couple good innings for this team. Started well in this tournament. He's got 4 times he's gone past the 25-run mark.
That's it. That's it.
Taken, first wicket, first breakthrough for Kyle Phillip and the Lightning. A good catch by Heath Richards, extra cover. And again, they lose early wickets so often. The Galaxy has been a big problem for them. First one going down.
Yeah, that's the start that they didn't want. The Galaxy, skipper Nasir is one of their most orthodox players, but this game probably may have an end-of-season feeling for some of these players. A long, hard season, not many victories. And it's just a nothing shot. A very, very soft dismissal from the skipper as he takes the long walk back without troubling the scorer.
5 for 1. Dimitri Adams, who's been one of the main standouts with the bat in hand. Yesterday he got a good run tally, the only standout for that Galaxy team against the Fire. 35 not out it was in 40 deliveries. He'll have a job to do for his team in at number 3 in the first over. Similar to what we saw yesterday, where the Galaxy lost a wicket in the very first over. Mito Patel went today, his partner, Nasir Ahmed. So already what's been a problem, you look at the scores for the Orlando Galaxy in this tournament, they've really struggled with the bat in hand. That's been the major problem for them. In the last 2 games especially, they've been bowled out both times. Dismissed last weekend, last Sunday against the Morrisville Raptors. The game they won, were able to defend just 124 runs, but they'll want much more than that on a ground which can be very high scoring and a good ground to chase on as well. Kyle Phillip will feel good though that he's been able to strike early because he's been under some pressure. He went for 50 runs last weekend in his 4 overs. Yesterday, 39. The runs were hit off of him, and that was the wicket. Straight to extra cover. Easy catch for Heath Richards.
But just very hard and lazy strokes. Stroke by Nasir. Carl Phillip will take the wicket though.
Asking the question, may have just been sliding on the leg side, but a very good over to start for the Atlanta Lightning, taking a wicket, 6 for 1.
That's over.
Six for 1 after the first over. Another early wicket. Talking about Carl Phillips, his struggles. If he could find the right form, that will really give that balance to the Galaxy bowling lineup. I've seen Carl Phillip when he's at his best. He bowls that fuller length, gets that shape and extra bounce from slightly fuller length. In this tournament, he hasn't found that line and length yet.
The youngster Aryan Patel into the attack very early for this Atlanta Lightning team. We did see him yesterday in action against the Warsaw Raptors. Came into the attack in the 12th over yesterday. So will now have his work cut out for him. Just his second match in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco, of course. Where would we be without our corporate partners on board this season? Sunoco, Toyota, Dafa News. Terrence Hines will have his work cut out for him as well. Another player that they will lose, the Atlanta Lightning, to the Caribbean Premier League.
Big responsibility on the shoulders of the youngster. He's been trusted with this, and he's been provided the stage to show everyone what he's made of.
Was in the air for half a second. Heath Richards can only chase though. A good way to start for Dimitri Adams to open his account.
Full and wide allowed Dimitri Adams to free his hands. And any left-hander will take that opportunity, especially in the power play. Good extension, got to the ball. Look how far away he is from his crease. Went aerial, but in the gap for him. Instantly putting the youngster under pressure.
He's going to have to be under some pressure inside this power play. Just 2 allowed outside the circle, of course. And Aryan Patel. A couple of youngsters on display in this game. Adam Khan from the Galaxy, leg spinner. Making some final adjustments. Hanchard Hamilton would have lost the toss today. Probably would have looked to bat first, like the Galaxy, if the Lightning had won the toss, given the scores they've been able to post. Again, latched on to it, Dimitri Adams, but there is that feed at deep mid-wicket, but it goes through him, misfield. Really should have done a better job. Jesse Bhutan it is, down at deep mid-wicket. Would have been expected to stop that.
They're sloppy in the field. Should be supporting the youngsters in the field, and Patel just straying once again. There's very little margin of error. Dimitri Adams is the only man who's in decent enough form in Galaxy. Jesse Bhutan would be disappointed.
Down the track again this time. Much more stylish, much more effective. 4 more for the Galaxy.
Putting the pressure right back on the youngster, Dimitri Adams, charging down the wicket. Hamilton must be thinking that he needs to come up to the stumps to stop this happening. At the moment, he doesn't look like doing it. But Patel, the youngster, gone for 3 boundaries already.
When you look at the field that he's working with, young Aryan Patel, he's got those 2 boundary riders. This is the boundary, just again, able to play across the line, and even with that deep mid-wicket fielder, you're unable to protect that boundary when you're so short. Much better line this time from Patel, and a better comeback, dot delivery. It's a packed offside field he has, so you want to be there operating on that type of line. You look at the 4 fielders inside the circle. Point, cover, extra cover. the edge of that circle, so also a short third inside. The only boundary rider is the deep mid-wicket fielder and the man at long on. Glorious from Dimitri Adams, and he holds the pose for a statement piece as well. Put down the cover, Dafa News came down the track, 4th boundary in the over.
Shot boy, that was the call from the non-striker, Mithil Patel, because it was indeed a magnificent strike. He's really charging down the wicket once again, putting pressure on Hamilton to come up the stumps. Young Patel, baptism of fire, look at that, gave himself some room, open up that offside. Gloriously struck.
Yes, sir. Respect. Give me middle again, please, Ampy. Thank you.
Dimitri Adams, well, you can tell he's confident at the moment. 35 not out against a very good Atlanta Fire bowling attack yesterday. And now picking up right where he left off. Enjoys his batting. You can hear him laughing through the stump mics. Another one of the benefits of having this premium coverage for you. We bring you all of this insight. So often you watch a cricket game, you don't know what's actually said in the middle. Coming up to the stumps now, Hanchard Hamilton. And immediately making a difference. But an eventful over for the Orlando Galaxy. They'll be happy with that. 22 for 1.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
For now joining us, the Orlando Galaxy winning the toss in their final group stage game at the Atlanta Cricket Fields. The final game, as sad as it sounds, is true. Final game here in the beautiful Atlanta. Shah Faisal.
Definitely slightly shorter season here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields, and 1 week was washed out because of rain as well.
Extremely well stopped on that circle by Sagar Patel. Of course, both these teams, well, the Atlanta Lightning and the Atlanta Fire, both teams that use this as a home venue will be looking to, if they top the table, get home advantage for those playoffs, the conference finals. It's a good stop by Patel, saving 4 for his team. He's making some adjustments to his field, Kyle Phillip. He wants a fielder at that deep third position. You can see he has one behind square on the boundary.
Predicted length, back of a length, I think. He's protecting that boundary on the offside.
Interesting field positioning though, because I believe he has 2 fielders in the offside, 1 deep third. If I'm correct, then he has a deep cover as well, which is not something that you're used to seeing.
Keep it up, guys.
Yeah, that fielder at a deep cover position. So interesting. Usually you see from the faster bowlers, especially with the pace of Kyle Phillip, you have a deep third.
That's it now. Yep.
And that's why it makes you pay when you use the pace. Mithil Patel, just get it over the infield. The runs really flowing here for the Orlando Galaxy early on.
That's the length, and Mithil Patel was ready for it. Played finer off that fielder that Nikhil was talking about. Just gave himself some room. That's what he likes to do. Just freed his arms. At the moment, it looks like Galaxy are short of ideas how to bowl in the power play. They've conceded way too many runs in the power play.
So far, it's a clear space tonight. The Galaxy is very clear. No lightning in sight. Did you get that one? Short delivery from Kyle Phillip. Did you get that one, Faisal Shah?
I expected something like this way earlier in the day. Better late than never.
Well, you know, heat, as you can see, impacting Kyle Phillip. It's impacting us here in the commentary box as well.
You were caught cold in the morning, I guess.
Had to let the juices warm up. Much like Kyle Phillip with that bounce. Clearly, as he gets warmer, the pace is increasing. Just a single. Just 5 runs conceded, even after the boundaries being struck.
Carl Phillip did play a couple of internationals for the USA. He hasn't been a regular member of that side after that. Could be to do with his performances.
It's been
or
interesting.
too much competition.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition for places. When he first burst on the scene, Faisal Shah, you expect him to be in that team for a long time, but he's still working his way through the minor league to try and get back to that team. We've seen so many players be selected from this tournament as recent as Jasdeep Singh. End of the 3rd over, just 5 runs from it, 27 for 1. Still a lot of batting to come. Right, Duchenne Scotland scores, much like Hardik Desai. Shabaka Mathalin in the team today for the first time of the weekend. Terrence Hines with the new ball. Oh, beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. This Atlanta. And saying during the day we've been treated to some fantastic weather. In the evening, a bit stormy, but it's okay. It's a price you pay when you want to have glorious days like this.
Absolutely, and those clouds have lifted now. They're pretty grey and dull in the morning, but now the sun is out. It's a glorious day, glorious settings for some exciting cricket. This Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by Sunoco, has really caught the attention of cricket fans in and around the country. And like you were saying earlier, not just in the country, but overseas as well. Far and away places like Africa, the subcontinent, plenty of interest in this competition.
Let me ask you something here. Terrence Hines has got the sunblock on his face, right across. What about his forehead? Has he forgotten that? Down the track. Mid-on in place, but mid-on has no chance. Mito Patel, he's been in the runs this season, and he will get another boundary.
Can't stop the flow of those boundaries in the power play. Terrence Hines is a very, very reliable customer. Guilty of conceding a boundary too early in the over. That allows the batsman to put more pressure on them.
Well, we know this Lightning team has struggled with the ball in hand. There it is again. This style, it's sunblock right across the face.
I thought you were only cricket expert, Nikhil.
No, by no means am I a sunblock expert. My curiosity got the better of me. When I realized you watch cricket for years, Faisal Shah, and you see this sunblock go right across their face. But what about the rest? The forehead? Maybe just rub it in.
The cap, that would help protect the forehead.
But what about when he is bowling, Faisal Shah? Is that not a valid question? Skincare is important.
Do you want him to carry a little bit in his pocket and pull it up? When he's bowling, he just pulls them on. And then when he's not bowling, put the cap on.
In this intense heat, you might need it in the pocket.
You tell me one thing. You're quite young. Why are you behind the mic and not playing the game that you love so much?
Wow, Faisal Shah, you can't ask that. Full toss again. Probably gets away with it because it just gets it straight to cover. That is a question I cannot ask. I cannot answer, I should say, Faisal Shah.
But you know that this is not the first time that I've asked you. Last year when you were around here, and I did ask, and probably everyone would ask you that question because you still can play. I know you play at some level.
Well, Faisal Shah, you see in Barbados, we produce so much talent that I just can't break my way into the team. It has to just be try to be involved in the game in other aspects, like this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Enough about me, though. Let's get back to the cricket. You're putting me in the hot seat. It needs to be Terrence Hines and the Lightning who are under pressure at the moment in the hot. heat in Atlanta because that run rate exceeding 9 and over.
Respect.
He's like to use his feet. Dimitri Adams has caused Hanshot Hamilton to come up to the stumps, but for Terrence Hines, he can't actually come up to those stumps much quicker.
Strong shoulders, not much through the run-up. Look at that, just ambling in. But that last stride really gets the shoulders into it and gets the ball to get through. Umpire Sandeep there, officiating from the far end of the ground. Conrad Rogers is the other umpire for today's game.
Yeah, it's very early that Kerry Pierce brought Terrence Hines into the attack. Yesterday we saw he did actually bowl the third over, which went for 8 runs. He does like to bowl 1 inside the power play. I think Kerry Pierce, though, will be looking to break this partnership. These two have both gotten starts. Conrad Rogers standing in the final game of this weekend. Good to see our umpires well uniformed, outfitted. No chance of the keeper's in. Half a chance. Gets home in the end. End of the over. Just 6 runs from it. 33 for 1.
Here we go, City. Back yourself, yeah? Keep doing it.
Faisal Shaw, time to put you in the hot seat. 3 teams neck and neck. The Atlanta Fire, the Morrisville Raptors, and the Atlanta Lightning. Who are going to be the 2 after next weekend that progress to the playoffs?
It's a very tough call, but having seen Raptors play away from home this weekend and taking care of both the Atlanta outfits, I think they would be the favorites. And Atlanta Fire has much more all-round resources. Lightning very light with their bowling. That worries me.
But I can tell you, though, that we've seen the likes of Terrence Hines already. We've seen Kerry Pierce throughout the season. Jesse Bhutan as well, who's come in as a reinforcement.
Let's go, City.
Those 3 will be missing in about a week's time when the CPL rolls around. Siddharth Matani.
Change in bowling. It's coming right arm round the wicket.
Into the attack with his off spin. Bowled the penultimate over yesterday. Traveled the distance. It was an over that helped the Raptors get over the line. It was in a tough situation to bowl at that stage. Matani. Asking the question, and the finger goes straight up, looking to sweep. And straight away into the attack, he gets the man that he so desired.
What a difference a day makes. Matani went for boundaries galore in his first over yesterday. Immediately strikes on the very first delivery here. And the informed Dimitri Adams, who's going for the sweep shot, he didn't like the decision. We'll have to have a close look. Did it straighten down the line? Look at Hamilton's position. He was going nowhere.
Well, the biggest indication is you can see that off stump. You can see the off stump. Tells you all you need to know.
Let's go, gentlemen.
I think he's gone. A good decision in the end. Adams gone for 17, 33 for 2. Rohit Duchenne coming into now. Powerful strike of the cricket ball. 28 yesterday against the Fire, but it was the story. It's been the story for the entire season. Every time their batters have got starts, they've been unable to carry on. Saw the Lightning concede 46 runs in their power play yesterday. They didn't do badly, but the key thing was that the Morrisville Raptors were able to just only lose 1 wicket, which meant that they had the platform.
No. That's your one leg.
Rohit Duchenne,
It's coming right arm
Orlando
round the
Galaxy,
wicket.
one of those
Right arm
players
round,
who's
5 to
really
go.
performed. But once again, like Nikhil was mentioning, no big contributions. Failed to convert the start, so that is the reason their team is languishing. And Rohit Duchenne as well also had some fitness issues a couple of weekends ago here in Atlanta. Just a slight niggle. important knock for the big man to finish off the season on a high.
Dead ball.
The Atlanta Lightning will know after their 2 losses, very important because they've both been inter-division losses. Just open the face, riding it down to that short third position. They've lost the last 2 games, but they not only have been losses. This is the wicket of the leg before, coming right across Dimitri Adams. Looking to play that sweep. I think it was an easy decision in the end.
White ball.
Wide from Matani. Just on that, though, the fact that the Lightning not only have lost 2 in the last 2 games, but it's who they've lost against. Last weekend, last Sunday, they lost against the Atlanta Fire. And now, yesterday, losing against the Raptors. Faisal Shah, tell me, put your umpire's cap on.
That is out for me because I think it did straighten down the line. The angle would have taken it away, but it did straighten. Good decision from umpire Rogers.
Don't worry, Faisal Shah, because we've had such great corporate sponsorship this season, we expect that to grow year to year. Very soon we'll have the Hawkeye in seasons to come, hopefully, in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Could you imagine we can get DRS where we can have a closer look, when you can see exactly what the ball's doing? Oh, he powers the ball, Rohit Duchenne. When he hits it, not many can stop it.
Does pack a punch. He's a powerful player. Patani once again inconsistent with his line and length. Too much room after that wide. Once again, allowing the batters to free his arm. Patani, or any left-hander for that matter, would gleefully accept that.
Has to close out the over well, Siddharth Matani. Just gone for the 5 runs after that boundary. Oh, what a delivery. Getting some bite, some grip. Takes the outside edge, but no slip in place. And it's going to run down into the boundary. You'll feel hard done by. Unfortunate, but nonetheless, runs. End of 5, 42 for 2. Aman Patel joining you, Faisal Shah.
Two wickets down, could easily have been 3. That's the price you pay when you're inconsistent. Your captain doesn't trust you, doesn't give you fielders in catching position. That would have been an easy catch on the last delivery of the over. To have lost the wicket of Rohit Duchenne, an important one. Not to be in that case. So 5 overs, run rate of slightly more than 8 per over. As Aman Patel has settled into his chair. Good afternoon, Aman.
Good afternoon, Faisal. Good to be back with you here. The Orlando Galaxy, they're 42 for 2. And it's Heath Richards coming into the attack, who took 4 wickets yesterday. In his own right, was a touch expensive in their heartbreaking loss to the Morsel Raptors. And you feel like this is the pair you want to break up. Mitul Patel scored the most runs for the Orlando Galaxy. And Rohit Duchenne, yesterday we saw how explosive he can be with the shots he can put down the ground. And that's why I think Kerry Pierre has gone to his wicket-taking bowler in Heath Richards.
Yeah, coming off of the 4 wickets, definitely his confidence will be up. Although he went for runs, like you said. Slightly surprised at that, to be honest, Aman, because I think Kerry Pierre could have brought himself onto the attack with 1 over to go in the power play, challenged the batters, and he's without a doubt their best bowler for the Lightning. So, and that partnership is important.
You can see the plan from Heath Richards straight away. He's going to go full, going to go straight. They're just going to dare the batters to take him over the top from there. You hit, I miss kind of mentality.
First delivery, good start there, nice and full. Just a little bit of shape in the air as well. It's quite humid out there.
Look at the movement there. You can see Mitul Patel just trying to create some room for himself to free his arms through the line. So he's been so good when he gets the opportunity to free up his hands. Again, the leading scorer for the Orlando Galaxy. This time just not meant to be.
Saw him coming very early, was able to pull his length back in time. Bit sharp now, looking that pitch is dried up. So ball is coming through nicely.
This time on the body and nowhere to go for Mitul Patel. 3 dots to start the over. And we've seen Heath Richards start this over, bowling some cross-seam deliveries, just changing things up on Mitul Patel and, again, just keeping him off balance.
Yeah, cross seam will get him that invariable bounce from this matting surface here at the Atlanta Cricket Field. Not a bad tactic at all. But Mitul Patel likes to clear his offside, so following him very nicely, Heath Richards.
Again, trying to go through the offside, this time a top edge, but we're in the power play. Third man inside the circle, and it means it's going to be 4 more runs this time through third man off the bat of Mitul Patel.
Swinging hard, not getting perturbed by plain misses here. Mitul Patel just sticking to his game plan and reaping the rewards. Just a couple of deliveries shy of this power play. Look at that matting. It doesn't look like the fluid surface that we normally see, but plenty of rain, plenty of traffic on it.
Good comeback delivery this from Heath Richards. Just changes up the pace a little bit.
Keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
Again, Heath Richards, he's bowled 4 dot balls to accompany that 4 runs that came off the top edge of the bat, so he's got to feel pretty good about the way he's been bowling. Again, back of a length, and again, a swing and a miss for Mitul Patel. Just can't find a way to get bat on the ball, and that'll do it for the power play. 6 overs gone, 46 for a loss of 2.
5 strikes.
Only when you start, they can't score you. Batsman, end of power play. Skip, end of power play.
And if you just take a look at this batting card, you can see Mitul Patel sent up to open 19 from 18. Nasir Ahmed just can never get any runs on the board. Undone first delivery. Dimitri Adams 17 from 12 before he was undone, and Rohit Duchenne out there in the middle with him. Here's the power play, Manhattan. Again, that second over, the most productive over, going for 16 runs at the over of young Aryan Patel. But ever since then, the Atlanta Lightning have kept things relatively quiet.
They have, and that fall wicket of Mathani towards the back end of that power play really pegged the scoring back as well. Always is the case when a wicket falls.
No, that's not too much. Okay.
This is important for Mathani because he's been very inconsistent, but when he has found the right areas, he'd looked pretty good. It's just that consistency is lacking.
Just looking to run it down to third man. They're going to go ahead and get one, and Siddharth Mathani, for those of you who don't remember being part of an Atlanta setup last year, he was part of the San Diego Surf Riders out on the West Coast. An off-season acquisition for the Atlanta Lightning, and he's paid dividends for him, taking a couple big-time wickets and having some big days with the ball in hand.
Right arm over the wicket for you.
And again, they're going to want him to have another big day. Wicket in his hands already.
You good.
He's going to want to break this partnership. Mitul Patel and Rohit Duchenne. Again, 2 of the most dangerous bats on this Orlando Galaxy lineup. And staying just a touch low, maybe, on Mitul Patel.
It's the invariable bounce that the spinner we get from that. And the length is key as well.
This time pushes it into the offside and gonna go ahead and get one. You can hear the screams on the stump cam. Thought maybe if Mathani was able to field it and toss it back, there'd been a chance for a run out. But instead, just a quick single, and the Orlando Galaxy now just trying to find ways to keep the runs flowing. We saw them in the previous over get bogged down in terms of just dot balls and just the one boundary. So the Orlando Galaxy just trying to pick up the run scoring. Not have the dot balls just pile up on them. This one heaved into the leg side. Going to be just a bounce out there to Kyle Phillip in the deep.
These dots are building now. We had 5 in the last over, and just the dot in this over, only 3 singles, so definitely the boundaries have been dried up. Lucky boundary, streaky boundary in the last over. You feel like something's brewing here.
This one pulled into the leg side, going to result in 1 run. Probably the most convincing shot we've seen in quite some time here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields for the Orlando Galaxy.
50 has been brought up in the 7th over.
You can see the photographer for the Orlando Galaxy. We've seen a lot of great photos over the course of our weeks here in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. And again, look at that wide lens, just getting those up-close shots, and I'm sure we're going to see some great graphics with those photos. Switch hit comes out, misses it altogether, going to come off the body. Going to be at least be 1, and just going to be 1 run. Audacious stroke there from Rohit Duchenne. Doesn't end up paying the dividends, but they get 1 run from it. And at the end of 7 overs, it's 51 for the loss of 2.
That's over. Let we go, let we go, let we go, that team, let we go. Off the mat, batters. Yo!
Let's take a look at the batting scorecard. Mitul Patel, 21 from 21, and Rohit Duchenne, 10 off 8. Those two are going to look to find some more boundaries and some more regulation and try to get some more of those impressive strokes, but don't take away from the bowling lineup of the Atlanta Lightning.
Yeah, Atlanta Lightning, youngster Aryan Patel had a difficult start, but other than that, pretty well-rounded effort so far. Heath Richards had bowled at 4 overs. Umpires really trying hard to keep the batters off of the surface, though this is not our traditional turf wicket with the batters with the spikes on. But umpires still make sure that the batters stay away from the playing surface.
Helmet is helmet. Water is water.
Helmet being brought on to Rohit Duchenne. And it's showing that we're going to see more pace, and it's going to be the youngster, young Aryan Patel, who went for 16 in his first, but the captain trying to boost the youngster's confidence and give him a 2nd over. And just take a look at this early wicket from Kyle Phillip. More about the catch. Look at this wonderful catch there at extra cover from Heath Richards, low to the ground, diving out to his right. That dismissing Nasir Ahmed. And again, the 2nd wicket followed. Siddharth Mathani on that occasion. Let's try to get a look at that in a moment. And Siddharth Mathani getting Dimitri Adams struck on the legs. You can see the off stump, but umpire finger goes up. 2nd wicket goes. And this one into the leg side. Gonna just be 1 run. And for Aryan Patel, it'd be a good way to get his confidence back. Was expensive against the Raptors, expensive in his first over. But here we go now, just trying to get an over under those double digits.
Especially with the power play done and dusted, he can have more protection. He was really attacked savagely by Dimitri Adams, who was in form. And when you concede a boundary early in his over, the bowler is under pressure, and especially for a youngster like him, he really succumbed under that pressure. But now, like you say, good tactics by the skipper, getting his arm around his shoulder, giving him another go. Good to see.
And this one just whipped into the leg side. And again, that is the beauty of this tournament. You're giving the youth an opportunity to perform. We saw earlier today guys like Atinder Subramaniam, Abhiram Bolasetti, Rohan Fadke, all of whom are under 19s. Aditya Badala, under 21. All of them given the opportunity to express themselves. We saw Heath Richards already today. So that is the beauty of minor league cricket. You get to get this inflection of youth with these well-known players.
Make a good point. Watch another single to the deep. Rishi Pandey also played a valuable contribution in the context of getting his team up to close to 180 and avoiding that humiliation and serious damage to their net run rate. So yeah, you make a good point. Youngsters do have a platform now that they can aim for, and situations will be created where they will get opportunities because of their rule of 2 players in the playing 11.
Good slower one that from Aryan Patel. Spotted the movement from Mithil. Just rolled his fingers over it. Again, it's a great way to learn and pick up the tricks. We've seen a lot of good slower ones. This one the best.
Absolutely, look at that. Really landed on a good length, and that bounce that he got because of the top spin. In situation, these battles, there is no replacement of to be right in the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah, absolutely. No experience quite like game experience. That's what this expression is. And it's absolutely true. Again, this is valuable learning for all the youngsters involved.
No matter how much training they do or how much bowling they do in the nets, but these couple of overs would have given him the kind of lesson that no training session could ever do to him. Great experience for the youngster.
And Aryan Patel, he ends his over well. It's just going to be a single to finish off this 8th over. And at the end of 8, it's 56 for the loss of 2.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Welcome back here to this competition at the Atlanta Cricket Fields. It's the Orlando Galaxy taking on the Atlanta Lightning. And that man on your screen, that's Rohit Duchenne. And he'll be facing more of Siddharth Mathani.
Yeah, and look at this, so many hold-ups in play. And I was going to make this point a while ago that the over rates this year has improved compared to last year, but still way to go in that regard because umpires would need to push hard.
Rohit Duchenne trying to push hard at that one. And he's going to beat the man out in the deep. Is going to be 4. Looked like it came off the inner half of the bat. An awkward angle to go and get it for the man at long on, but it's 4 nonetheless for Rohit Duchenne. Starts off the over in a good way.
Boundary early in the over once against Madani. They'll put him under pressure. That outfield is too quick, especially downhill on that side of the ground. Carl Phillips was disappointed. He got beaten by the pace of that ball.
Good comeback delivery this from Sid Mathani. Just pulls the length, and so often we'll see that. You know, sometimes just gets a touch full and ends up this time just pulling the length back, keeping Rohit honest. This one pulled into the leg side. No fielders out there, and that's going to be another boundary to Rohit Duchenne. We talked about how dangerous he was. He was really the only bat for the Orlando Galaxy to fire yesterday, and he's picking up where he left off.
Mathani once again guilty of being too inconsistent. This was too short, too slow. Gave plenty of time to Rohit Duchenne to pick his spot. Second boundary of the over.
Just the over the Galaxy needed after a couple of quieter ones to get this boundary away. 2 boundaries of it. Already 8 runs from the over. Exactly where they want to be.
Beat. Alright. Yeah. Nah, Asaga good.
And again, they're just looking to push past a total of 160, 170. This time a swing and a miss from Rohit Duchenne. Saw the width, tried to use it. A little bit of extra bounce on offer for Sid Mathani.
When he gets it right, he gets turn and bounce. It's just that inconsistency. Too many boundary balls.
Well, this one, it's up in the air, but it might find the boundary as well. No. It's going to go in and out the hands of the man coming from fine leg. It comes off his foot as well. It came off of everything. It's only going to leak a single. Bro, Duchenne swung at that so viciously. You thought maybe it would clear the 30-yard circle, but instead, take a look.
Top edge didn't go anywhere. Short third man was closing in. Mark Parchment will be disappointed with that. That is an absolute sitter at this level.
Sid Mathani would have to just be reveling in that. Thought he had his second wicket. Instead, it's dropped. Mark Parchment, again, pretty standard catch running in. But it brings Mito Patel on to strike. Again, either one of these two bats, it would be a huge blow to the Orlando Galaxy to lose. Switch hit comes out. The second time we've seen one of these strokes, but the second time we've seen no bat on it. And that's going to do it. 9 overs gone, 65 for the loss of 2.
Let go, team. Let go. We're still playing cricket. We're still playing. Keep going, Jesse. Walking tightly. Walking tightly. Going south. Keep going.
We take a look at the batting card. Mito Patel, he's 23 from 25, and Roy Duchen's 22 from 16. Those two have started to get something going after a couple of early wickets for the Orlando Galaxy. These two, they've put on a partnership of 32 runs. But with the ball in hand for the Atlanta Lightning, they still have plenty of options. They used plenty of their bowlers. But if we look at that Manhattan, you see the towers. Just a couple of tall ones in there. Everything else has been really tight from the Atlanta bowling unit. Kept everything, apart from 3 overs, under 6 and over.
Generally in good control. You're finishing off that point about the over rates. Last year, there was a huge problem. The games took forever. And this year, although we can see the intensity a little bit better, and the umpires are really clamping hard on the players to keep the flow of the game, but still I think some ways needs to be done, because these games still takes a little bit too longer with all these broadcasts and all that facilities on offer. The game needs to continue to flow.
Well, this one's come off the bat of Rohit Duchenne. Hasn't quite got all of it. Going to find the fielder out in the deep for 1. And the runs are starting to flow now for the Orlando Galaxy. You've seen a little bit more rotation of strikes and boundaries to come. Good signs for Orlando.
It is, but the best bowler for Lightning, we haven't seen him action just yet. Kerry Pear, look at those scenes here at the Atlanta Cricket Field. Absolutely majestical.
And you bring up the interesting question, does Kerry Pierre, when does he come in? You have to imagine he's going to bowl 4. He bowled 4 early yesterday. Maybe a bit of an overcorrection now here in the 10th, not bowling. Clears the front foot, and the stumps, they get thrown off. Heath Richards, he gets a wicket here. It's Mito Patel, who's just looking to clear that front foot and take it into the leg side, but all he did was open the top of his stumps, and the zing bales light up here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields.
Man with the golden arm, Heath Richards, he has this happy knack of taking wickets whenever he bowls. 4 yesterday and opens his account today. Bowling just straight, back of a length, nothing fancy, just keeping the basics. Inside edge, onto the stumps, and the zingers were sent flying. Yes. Mithal Patel takes the long walk back. Most successful batter for the Orlando Galaxy, gone for 23. And it's 66 for 3.
Look good. Gentlemen, let's go, gentlemen. Batsman in. Right-hander.
And as Mito Patel departs, it's Manav Patel comes into bat. Again, just saw the best batter for the Atlanta Galaxy depart, and a little bit of pressure on that partnership. It was climbing up 32 runs from it. We're just hoping to keep that partnership going. We've seen wickets in hand are so important in late stages in these innings. Now Manav Patel, he's going to have to form a partnership here with Rohit Duchenne.
Shade to the offside. That is leg stump batter. His right arm over. 4 deliveries to come. Let's go, eat it.
Coming up to the halfway stage. Not a solid enough platform, you would feel. Plus the 3 wickets. Orlando Galaxy are doing what they've done so often throughout the season. And no surprise where they are in the table, where they are.
And this one going to come off of just the top part of the bat, maybe even the gloves of Manav Patel. Heath Richards just extracting a little bit of extra bounce off of that length, and again, so consistent. Take another look at this wicket. Again, just trying to clear and take it into the leg side. Bit of an under edge that ends up getting onto the stumps.
Ball seemed to never arrive. He just went through his stroke quite quickly. Clever variation there from Heath Richards.
This one just going to be pushed out into the to the keeper, actually. I thought it would end up getting a short cover, but never did. Interestingly enough, Heath Richards picked as a batting all-rounder for the Atlanta Lightning, but he's been more dangerous with the ball in hand, and coming into the season, hadn't really bowled in a year. I spoke to his father at Church Street Park, and they said he hadn't bowled in a year. He bowled his first over at Church Street Park, and he's getting back into the flow, and he's been a revelation for the Atlanta Lightning.
Such is the dearth of resources with the ball.
And this one going to be wide down the leg side. Just trying to angle it in to Rohit Duchenne, not give him the opportunity to free up his hands. We've seen him so successful in that area. But again, it's interesting and it's funny how life just, it gives you lemons when you're looking for some lemonade.
It does. But Heath Richards is playing a star role with the ball, like he said. And Atlanta Lightning, they need something in the middle overs.
This one back of a length, and again, no bat on ball. Just not happening for the Orlando Galaxy and Rohit Duchenne at the moment, but it is going to be deemed wide there. Just straying outside. And you see the cut off of the wicket, and back-to-back wides for Heath Richards. It'll be interesting to see how he comes back from that. We've seen him go on a length. One drifts down the leg side, one just outside. Does he try going full and straight now? This a chance of a run out. Should be a run out. And it is going to be the easiest of run outs. A mix-up between Manav Patel and Rohit Duchenne. Rohit Duchenne just tucking it into the leg side. Manav Patel was off the mark in a hurry. And he's sprinting off because he knows he was never close to getting back. And that is the 4th wicket to fall for the Orlando Galaxy.
Can't help the feeling that this gives you that impression of end-of-season game for Orlando Galaxy, because they haven't got much left in this season. As the throw came in, credit to Richards, who got back in quickly and got himself into a good position to effect the run out. But Manav Patel season has come to an end with the bat. Galaxy slumps 69 for 4.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for jumping over the pitch. Thank you.
And that run out will bring out Sumit Sehrawat to come in and bat. You can see 13 matches, 90 runs to his name. The opening bowler for the Orlando Galaxy in most matches, so we'll get to see him later today with ball in hand. But right now it's what he can do with the bat and how he can support Rohit Duchenne at the other end.
Two wickets in the over for Heath Richards.
Goes full, goes straight. It's just dug out into the leg side. Gonna be one. But again, a good result for the Atlanta Lightning. They've been all over it, and a good over for them. 2 wickets falling in it. And at the end of 10 overs, it's 70 for the loss of 4. Take a look at the batting card. We saw Mithil Patel and Rohit Duchenne have a good partnership, but in that previous over, Mithil Patel undone by Heath Richards, and just a little bit later, Manav Patel run out by Kyle Phillip and Heath Richards as they teamed up to dismiss him. So it's Rohit Duchenne and Sumit Sehrawat, the 2 men in the middle to face the Atlanta Lightning bowlers. Curiously enough, you look at the bowling card, no Kerry Pierre on there, but still good success for these bowlers.
Yeah, absolutely. For once, Kerry Pierre is not needed. Reason being that the bowlers that have been employed, they've really done the job quite nicely. Some reckless batting, you have to say, though, from Orlando Galaxy. So Kerry Pear's 4 overs left. You could tell that Lightning is in complete control.
Yeah, Sid Matani, who gets cut away, just going to be one out to the sweeper cover. And this again, Sid Matani started off with that wicket of Dimitri Adams. What a wicket that was indeed. This really was the first match where you saw him look anything like the 2021 Dimitri Adams, where he was just opening the batting and hitting the ball all out the park. And Sid Matani just has a knack for picking up the important wicket for the Orlando Lightning.
Dimitri Adams spent a lot of time in the middle yesterday, so probably that gave him that confidence today. He was looking much better, his usual self. But for the sake of Galaxy, his innings couldn't be prolonged to a substantial contribution.
Looking to pull it, but just found the under edge of the bat. Going to be one out to long on. And again, I think for the Atlanta Lightning, you'd be pleased with yourself. Again, only giving up 72 runs so far. You feel as if anything under 180 is going to be pretty easy to chase down. But you never know here. You've always seen crazy things happen, but no Kerry Pierre even, and you're still in this position. A dream for the Atlanta Lightning as they head into the final weekend at Church Street Park next week. An important weekend for them. Again, chances of that playoff spot between the Atlanta Fire, the Morsel Raptors, and of course the Atlanta Lightning, all up in the air. All goes down next week. But first things first, the Lightning have to finish business and take care of the Orlando Galaxy. Well, this one pushed into the leg side there from Rohit Duchenne. Just going to pick out the man out in the deep. Again, Orlando have played a little bit of a spoiler. They beat Mooresville last week as an underdog. They're looking to do something similar, just haven't gotten off to the best start.
Come on, dear Lightning. Come on, dear Lightning.
It's a funny game. You've seen funnier things happen. So although they look under a lot of pressure right now, but we've seen low totals being defended in T20 cricket. As another very cheap over comes to an end. Siddharth Mathani pulled an excellent one after 12, 73 for 4.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your trousseau, the 2022 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, here we go. 11 overs gone, 73 for the loss of 4 are the Orlando Galaxy here at the Atlanta Cricket Field. And it's going to be Terrence Hines who comes back into the attack. One of the strike bowlers for the Atlanta Lightning. Well, he's bowled 1 over, just giving up 6 runs. And for the likes of Rohit Duchenne and Sumit Sehrawat, they're going to have to find a way to squeeze some boundaries away. A score of projected 133 is not going to be anywhere close to enough at the Atlanta Cricket Field, especially on a wicket that's been baked under the sun. You're going to have to hit the accelerator and keep things moving. This one is pulled into the leg side, calls for catch it, and nearly a tremendous catch out in the deep. Good work there from Heath Richards. We've already seen what he can do in the field. Just waiting the official signal. Heath Richards is saying he doesn't know where he was. Just take a look at this. Can you see him in the air there, foots down, ball's out of his hands. I think it was a good effort there from Heath Richards.
You could never tell from that angle when he landed, did it land on the rope or not, but he got the ball away. The interesting thing is that how nonchalant they are when they do this. This has become a second nature to the boundary riders now.
Yeah, it's been unreal. Again, this will be, again, the best look we have at it. You can see the foot's down there. It looks like the foot's inside, and he's gotten rid of the ball just in the nick of time. Again, already took a sensational catch today. This one a great effort to save 3 runs. Dane Pete took a catch like this yesterday along the boundary. As you said, just second nature in modern day T20 cricket.
Batter. Thank you.
And for Terrence Hines, he's going to be thankful to Heath Richards for saving himself 4 runs on the scorecard and the stats.
Yeah, that's great save in the end. I was going to mention Matthew Ford's catch as well. Very nonchalant.
This one just pushed into the leg side from Sumit Sehrawat. They're going to push for 2, but he's going to go all the way for 4. Didn't look like it quite came off the middle of the bat, but just away enough from the fielder, and it rode that hill all the way down. And 4 runs for the Orlando Galaxy and Sumit Sehrawat.
When you're playing at Atlanta Cricket Field, you need to know your angles, because when it runs downhill, it goes very, very quickly. 2 fielders were getting there. Siddharth Mathani and young Aryan coming from the deep. Could never cope with the pace of that ball because of that hill down the ground. Much needed boundary though for the Galaxy.
This one again pushed into the leg side in that same region. This time Siddharth Mathani gets his hand on it. And Aryan Patel is going to keep it to just 1. Again, it's good work here from the Atlanta Lightning. They've been so good in the field. Again, Heath Richards probably the star in the field, but all throughout yesterday, today, saving every run they can, taking great catches. Orlando Galaxy, you start off with 6 runs in the first 3 deliveries. Have to make sure you finish the over on a high as well, though. Again, trying to make a push somewhere to 150. And even then, you'd feel like you're 20 runs short at the very minimum.
Orlando Galaxy's failings has been all round, not just with the batting department, but also the bowling department. Matthew Comrie, the leg spinner, has bowled well in patches, but that's just about the only bright spot that I can think of.
A swing and a miss, that from Rohit Duchenne, just trying to take it from outside the off stump into the leg side. And Terrence Hines, one of the smartest bowlers you'll see, just kept it outside of his reach, kept it outside the off stump, daring him to go across.
Let's go, Jesse!
He bowls those full Yorkers, and then his repertoire of slow deliveries. That one gripped and turned and went over the stumps. Excellent set of skills that he possesses, Terrence Hines. Alongside Kerry Pierre, probably the most reliable bowler in the Lightning lineup.
This time bat on ball is going to be an outside edge, and it's going to be 4 runs. Not the way you want it if you're the Orlando Galaxy, but you'll take runs nonetheless. It'll be 4 back down the ground to end, over the wicketkeeper to end that 12th over. And at the end of 12, it's 83 for the loss of 4.
Slightly round armish there, but allowed to free his arm, didn't come off the middle. But at this stage of the innings, the batters are swinging hard. That's the reward. Not a bowler's game. 1 to go still for Terrence Hines in this over.
It is going to be a wide down the leg side there from Terrence Hines. A little bit of a laugh there, I think, maybe from Rohit Duchenne, who was just thinking he could send that one over that square leg area.
It's the first big over after quite some time. 12 of it already. Terrence Hines, like I said, he's most reliable in that Lightning lineup, but with his variations going slightly wrong in this over.
This time, a big swing and a big miss there from Rohit Duchenne, who looked to come down the track and get to the pitch of the ball. Missed it altogether. That ends the 12th over, 84 for the loss of 4.
Eyes on you.
It's Rohit Duchenne, who's still out there, 31 from 28. You can see Sumit Sehrawat starting to get things going. 6 runs off of 4 deliveries, and again, just looking for a big partnership from these two. You know you need it at the Atlanta Lightning, but you haven't seen a lot of big overs for the Atlanta Lightning. but some of those towers starting to creep up a bit. That previous over, most expensive one we've seen in some time.
You could see there's no rhythm to this innings. Second over was a big one, but wickets keep falling and that disrupts the momentum. Last over was a big one. Galaxy would need to build on that and have a few in succession to get up to that 160. That would be a bare minimum here at the Atlanta cricket fields.
And it is Aryan Patel going to continue to bowl. Doesn't usually get to bowl a full quota. Usually would come in for maybe a 1-over stint every now and again. But good to see the Lightning giving the youngster an opportunity. He'll come in for his third over. And he's hit straight back down the ground. It's just going to be one. It's a good delivery to start off there from young Aryan Patel, going into the block hole early.
Pulling that length that doesn't allow the batter to get underneath it. Get any elevation for the big hits.
It's coming over the wicket for you.
Duchenne was looking to move across. Sumit rather. And just couldn't get underneath it. See if the youngster can bowl a few in a row like that.
This time goes back of a length to Rohit Duchenne. That seems to be the ploy for Rohit. They've gone away from the fuller deliveries for him. You've seen Heath Richards, you've seen Terrence Hines, and now you've seen Aryan Patel go on a length.
It's one for the over is the call from the umpire. As you see, that gets through pretty nicely to Henchad Hamilton. A bit of a harsh call, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not sure that one passed through the neck area, but the umpire has the best angle for it. That one a swing and a miss there, and this is what was called one for the over. Maybe on that second look might have been a maybe looks like a better call. It is, again, the umpire has the best view of it. So we're going to trust the umpire's decision there. Going to look touch and go. And this one is pulled away into the leg side, and he's got all of it. Rohit Duchenne, huge shot there.
For the first time in the over, allowed the batters to get underneath it, and Rohit Duchenne was hanging back in his crease. Look at that. That bottom hand coming through. And got a good enough connection there. That allowed him.
Yeah, again, Rohit Duchenne was just able to get underneath this one. Finally got under one and was able to send it over the top and just change what the bowler is going to do. We'll see if Aryan Patel tries to go back to it or if he does try to go one full and fall into the ploy maybe of a Rohit Duchenne.
Still a pretty decent over if he can finish it off here.
Again, good delivery this. Got Rohit Duchenne swinging all around it. Again, been on the money, Aryan Patel. He's come back since that initial over, since that initial onslaught of Dimitri Adams. But since then, he's been just, again, so very sharp.
That'll be good for his confidence. Really good. This 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Plenty of action happening here at the Atlanta cricket field.
This one again picked up and is picked up into the leg side, and that might be the biggest of them all. Rohit Duchenne latched onto one earlier. This one, though, felt like it came off the meat of the bat, and that's another huge six, and that six will end the over. What a shot that from Rohit Duchenne. And at the end of 13, it's 97 for the loss of 4.
What's complete? Incomplete. It's gonna hold in.
Rohit Duchenne has started to pick things up here for the Orlando Galaxy. You can see it here, 43 from 33 with 2 sixes and 5 fours. And Sumit Sarwat, who's just faced 5 deliveries, has done well just to push it around and bring up his 7 runs. Again, this is an important partnership for the Galaxy. Don't want to lose wickets and expose that lower middle order. The bowling of the Atlanta Lightning just now starting to get tested.
The skipper Hamilton has given the ball to Kerry Pierre
Covering leg stump batter.
to finish off the proceedings from that over. If he bowls straight through, look at those options. So 4 overs from Pierre from one end, and can easily manage the rest of the resources from the other end.
This one is up in the air, and it's just going to find the hands of Heath Richards. That's his his second catch of the day. Third time he's been involved in something sensational in the field. And this time it's off the bat of Sumit Seherwat, who's just looking to go up and over. Instead, all he could do was pick out Heath Richards inside the circle of backward point.
2 good overs there for the Galaxy. And just a matter of time before Kerry Pierre had come on to ball. And it strikes immediately off his very first delivery. Just excellently flighted delivery. Sumit Seherwat has gone for 6. His role was important in that partnership, as it's 97 for 4.
And that brings out Shabaka Mathlin. He'll come out to bat. Maybe the most stylish picture we've seen on the lower third there.
Look at that. If his play is to go anything by that picture, I think Orlando Galaxy will end up on a very good total. So far, hasn't had a good season, though.
Well, if we're assuming he's the one who photoshopped that photo, we're hoping, the Galaxy are hoping that his skills in Photoshop translate with the bat in hand. We'll see how that works, but it's Kerry Pierre who, on his first delivery in his first over, he took the wicket of Sumit Seherwat. Again, 11 matches, 92 runs, but the 11 wickets, that's where he's been so big. Just always is amongst the wickets, Kerry Pierre. Keeps things nice and tight, and that's why the captain has brought him in here. And that's 2 and 2. It's Shabaka Mathlin. No, it's not. No, it's not. The umpire had kept his finger down. Just that little bit of movement, not out. It looked like it was going down the leg side from the initial view at it.
Just want to make sure you have enough time to see it.
That excitement there from behind the stumps led to believe that was given.
None.
Kerry Pierre, he's been on the money, even if that one wasn't a wicket. He's just creating all this pressure. Again, we were just wondering when we were going to see Kerry Pierre, and as soon as the Orlando Galaxy got things going, Kerry Pierre brought on. This time, inside edge onto the pad. Again, spinning a web right now is Kerry Pierre.
Keep him on the front, let him push here.
It's the wicket, very slow, that allowed the ball to bounce. And Sumit was in no position to play that stroke.
And Kerry Pierre is on the verge of a wicket maiden here in the 14th. Something you don't see quite often in T20 cricket.
Little bit of tweak there, Kyrie.
But for Kerry Pierre, he's just so sharp, on the money straight away. This one is going to be over the top. It's just going to be one bounce over to that sweep recover fielder. So spoils that wicket maiden at the end of the 14th. But Kerry Pierre, with that first over, could get onto the pages of DAFA News. It's 98 for the loss of 5 after 14.
He's a star man, definitely. Kerry Pierre likes to get on to the headlines of DAFA News. As proud sponsors, title sponsors of this championship, the Toyota Minor League Championship presented by Sunoco. Action-packed cricket all around the country, and as we get into the final third of the season, the race to get into the playoffs has really intensified, and Atlanta Lightning, with this show, have really put themselves back into contention.
Well, it's Heath Richards who's coming back into the attack. 2 overs, 9 runs and a wicket. Much to the dismay of these folks, the Orlando Galaxy in the dugout. Can't be too happy with what they've seen so far. Only 98 runs on the board. 5 wickets have fallen. Rohit Duchenne has been the only bright spot so far. You can see Matthew Comrie on screen with the pads on. We'll get to see his leg spin later. But right now, all focus on Heath Richards and Shabaka Mathlin.
Towards you. That's your middle stump.
Remember, Heath Richards has a knack of taking wickets whenever he comes on to ball.
Towards you, little.
Half the side down before the 100 is reached, and into the last 6 overs. Galaxy's once again struggled with the bat.
Anything he picks up, gotta go. Let's go, batter.
Let's see what Heath Richards has in store for Mathlin. Again, he's only given up 9 runs in his 2 previous overs, with a wicket in hand as well. High on confidence, coming off a 4-wicket haul.
Let's keep that slide going.
And this one just pushed into the leg side. Sharp start. Maybe had he thrown it. Might have been just close had he thrown it.
You up.
You can see the jersey number of Shabaka Mathlin. You saw it in the previous screen. 007.
It's coming right arm around the wicket for you.
James Bond vibes, and apparently for him it's no time to die for the Orlando Galaxy. Still got time to get back into this match, but they're going to need a big performance out of him, that man on your screen.
Wow. 007. What else we haven't seen on a cricket field? Just about everything.
Just the inner part of the bat here for Rohit Duchenne. Going to get a single. And they're going to come back for 2. This is good running. Saw it was a vacant region out there. And Rohit Duchenne was quick to get back on to strike. Again, he's been in good touch. Going to want to see as much strike as possible as we head into the final 5 overs.
Pretty hot and humid afternoon. We had a very pleasant morning. Plenty of cloud and plenty of breeze, but I think it's very humid right now.
Delivery this from Heath Richards. Going to be a little bit unlucky. He's going to leak runs off of that one. And it's going to be 4 of them. Looks like it's going to be given byes, maybe leg byes. We'll wait for the official confirmation, but it's 4 runs nonetheless there. 4 byes given by the umpire.
Second boundary that's gone off Richards in that direction. Really shaking his head. Can't believe what happened. Should be leg byes, I think. Did it hit his elbow? I didn't see a signal from the umpire.
Well, it's been scored as 4 runs there, so taken nonetheless, Rohit Duchenne. Coming down the track, unable to get onto that one, Rohit. Just trying to get it over cover and squeeze it away. But Heath Richards up to the task, just moves it away from him. And a good display of bowling from Heath Richards. Coming back after an expensive day yesterday. He's been nice and tidy. Getting that unfortunate 4, following just 2 deliveries previous. And he's cleaned him up. Rohit Duchenne, he has to go. A perfect Yorker. Bowled there from Heath Richards. And Rohit Duchenne, who's on the cusp of a half-century, departs on 49.
The middle pole has been ripped right out of the ground. Heath Richards reaping the rewards of bowling full and straight. Went under the bat of Rohit Duchenne. A little bit of sidearmish action. Hitting almost the base of the stumps. And a much-deserved wicket there. Rohit Duchenne, who's been performing pretty consistently. Once again, another good knock. Missing out on a 50. Gone for 49. 105 for 6.
Batsman in, gentlemen. Let's go. Batsman in, guys. Batsman in. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. You are very down.
And that brings out Hardik Desai to come into the middle. Again, just lost the big wicket of Rohit Duchenne. He was the man who was scoring the runs. He looked in good nick. just 1 run away from a half century. And you see Hardik Desai, 11 matches, 116 runs. Someone who just hasn't really clicked for the Orlando Galaxy in that middle over. Again, just take a look at this wicket. It's a perfect Yorker, this. You miss, I hit. That's what Heath Richards says, and just rips out middle stump. And Rohit Duchenne can't quite believe it. He thought he was going to get all of it, see it over the top, but instead his wickets, they just fly away. With 1 delivery left in the 15th, Heath Richards, he's got 2 wickets to his name. He's got the new man, Hardik Desai, on strike. And he just worked it into the leg side, so they're going to get a single to finish off this 15th over. And at the end of 15, it's 106 for the loss of 6, as we'll see a change in the commentary.
Yagarian Patel, after that difficult start, will be allowed to bowl his full complement of overs. He's made a decent enough comeback. Three overs, none for 34. Much better bowling effort there. All-round better bowling effort from the Galaxy.
1 over for Patel remaining. Got to be back next to you, Faisal Shah, as this innings comes to a close in the business end of the 20 overs. They were in a real good position.
Keeper!
Run out chance of the keeper's end. Could be another run out. It is going to be another run out. We've seen this already once in the innings where we've had a run out. And now looking for 2. It wasn't on. Easy work by Hanchard Hamilton in the end.
This innings really sums up the Orlando Galaxy season here. No plan. Complete chaos with the running between the wickets. Some of the shot selection has been bizarre. Look at that. Into the gap. Soft hands. Fielder had to come a long way in, but the throw was good and nowhere in the picture. 007, you have to depart, and your team is really down in the dumps. 106 for 7.
Well, wickets have tumbled in heaps for the Orlando Galaxy. At one stage, you look after 13 overs, 97 for 4, you thought easily could get past 150, but now they've lost wickets at crucial intervals. Matthew Comrie coming to the middle. Some character, Matthew Comrie got the wicket of Raheem Cornwall yesterday, went in a frenzy in terms of his celebration.
No.
Keith Richards again in the wickets for his Lightning team. 3rd game in a row now where he's contributed in a big way. And with this wicket coming via the mode of run out, it now means that in the last 3 overs, they've struck 3 times. Here's the miscommunication between the wickets, between these 2 batters. As soon as they hit into the gap, the call was 2. But then he just turned and sent him back. Unlucky for Madeline in the end, because the way he turned, you would have thought probably was coming back for 2 there.
No communication whatsoever, or a poor communication. Yes, no, yes, no. Sorry, mate.
As soon as he hit it, Madeline, he took off with his partner who was the call. Desai wanted it at first and then just gave him the dreaded left hand. And another run out in this innings for the Galaxy. Team that's just on 7 points, only the 3 victories for them, even though they've shown that they can defeat some of the bigger teams in this tournament. Many will remember their win just last weekend against the Morrisville Raptors. Many would have had them to win that game after just posting 124. But from this position of 97 after 13 overs, just for 4 wickets down, you would expect them to get much closer to 150 than it looks now.
Sudden collapse. Rohit Duchenne, the only bright spot in that batting lineup. But every time that we've seen him, every time he departs, it triggers a collapse.
Pace off from Patel. How have you rated Aryan Patel when he's come back in his second spell? He bowled 1 over up front, which went for 16 runs, the second over of the innings. Has been better now with protection of 5 feeters out in the deep.
You have to give him a lot of credit because he's shown a lot of courage. Not easy to come back after such a start, but he's been good with his discipline. His basics has been pretty good, and his skills pretty consistent. Landed the ball in good area, helped by the other bowlers. Of course, his team is in much better position now. That does help, but all the credit to the youngster.
Yorker length, good execution at this death stage. And it's been a very good over as well. The run out, but only 3 runs conceded from his final over. Has to finish well.
More evidence of that control that I was talking about.
This 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco, of course. Aryan Patel, one of the young sparks that we're used to seeing being produced in this tournament. Should just be an easy single to end the over. Comrie wanted to. Where was he going? Matthew Comrie ends the 16th over with a single. 110 for 7.
That innings has absolute no rhythm to it. Even after 13 overs, like that was the breaking point, Nikhil, when they were going pretty good, 97 for 4. And then look at over number 14, 15 and 16 and the wickets that came along the way. It really killed the rhythm out of that.
The team currently sitting in 4th position in this Southern Division. Of course, their final group stage game, the Orlando Galaxy. We're looking now to use the remaining 4 overs, even with 3 wickets in hand, to ensure they bat the remainder. If they can bat the 24 deliveries and even score at a run a ball, they'll get past 130. Kyle Phillip back into the attack. Just 2 overs up front, 10 runs and a wicket. Much improved performance from him.
Much improved indeed, because he's been very expensive. But in between, he's shown signs of what he can do if he gets it right consistently. Once again, that was a full toss. Very, very marginal call. Just under the waistline on that occasion. But a better batting lineup would have been able to capitalize on such a delivery. But Carl Phillip does need a slice of luck to get back into that rhythm.
Much quicker that time from Kyle Phillip. Are you kind of surprised, Faisal Shah, that Carrie Peer, the captain of this Atlanta Lightning team, this is the delivery through to Matthew Comrie, very late on that one. Carrie Peer bowled 1 over in this innings, the 14th. And he got a wicket and only conceded a run. But he's not come back into the attack. Good shout, but it's just maybe sliding down the leg side.
The reason could be that things are very well under control. And that's the reason that Aryan Patel got to bowl his full complement of 4 overs, because skipper Hamilton considers that things are under control and the bowling has underperformed as we watch this string down the leg side again. Just a leg bite.
Carey Pear, the captain of this Lightning team, only opting to bowl the 1-over today. He's been there with the wickets for this Atlanta Lightning team. When you look at the numbers and what he's been able to achieve this season, he's also been there with the bat to finish innings. He's the second leading wicket taker in this Lightning side. 12 wickets, an economy rate of 5.73 and an average of just over 15. So he's been good. Just wonder the thinking behind not coming back into the attack. May, as you said, want to give some opportunity to others. Matthew Comrie playing some games with Sagar Patel. Matthew Comrie, you can hear very loud vocal. He really enjoys his cricket. The man from Jamaica.
He really does, and a very handy leg spinner. It's just that in most games he doesn't have a lot of runs to bowl at.
Down the leg side.
That's how we used to, guys.
Talking about the Carey Pear taking the option of just bowling 1 over in this game.
He's the type of player, Matthew Comrie, he will find someone to talk to when he's batting. Listen to him, just listen to him, Faisal Shah. He's batting and making this much noise. Imagine when he's bowling.
Oh, that's him at his best, guys. That's him at his best, guys.
Wide down the leg side again, still chirping. Yesterday.
How much wise yesterday? 5 straight wides. We're waiting on the 5 straight wides, guys.
Yesterday, Faisal Shah. Matthew Comrie. See
no, I don't do that. I talk with the ball. Give them nothing, Kyle. Give them nothing.
Angling the ball down the leg side. A lot happening out there. That's why I'm letting just fans at home listen to sort of the audio, because off the top edge, and it just doesn't carry to that fine leg fielder. I want the fans at home to get sort of an experience of what it's like to be out there in the middle. End of the over. Adisa one for the Galaxy. 7 from it, 117 for 7.
Talking about the bowling options for the Galaxy, you see at the bottom of that list, I think Hill was talking about just 1 over for Carey Pear, but only Siddharth Mathani and Patel had gone through their full complement of overs. So 3 overs left. Carl Phillip has got 1 over left. Terence Hines normally finishes off the innings. He's got 2 left. So they want to just give all the other bowlers plenty of run in the middle before that all-important next weekend.
Lightning fans in support. They do come out in their numbers at this very venue, the Atlanta Cricket Fields. Good to see youth, the seniors out enjoying the action. What I find a lot of the ownership group of the Atlanta Lightning as well. What I love to see when you go around the ground, Faisal Shah, just now on my break, I took a walk outside. A lot of the spectators have actually got the stream on, listening to your commentary.
Yeah, I've noticed this around the ground over the weeks here during the minor league, and that coverage is really being followed very widespread. And
full toss down the ground. 2 is the call. They're coming back for 2. Could have easily been another run out, but Comrie's quick.
And talking about those fans around here, I didn't hear the drum today because this is the feature of Atlanta Lightning. The drummer's probably taking a day off today, Nikhil. Did you see him?
I did not. But what I did see, some good young people watching the cricket. I think what they are trying to do, though, Faisal Shah, you might think, well, I'm at the ground. Why do I need to watch any broadcast on my phone or on my iPad? The reasoning might be, though, I mean, we're joking about our commentary, but it's really about getting those premium angles, the replays, anytime there's a leg before, which could, you know, people ask the question, did that go for 4, did that go for 6, was it hitting the stump? You get to see those things on replay. It's very hot out there, though, so got to walk with your water. Good to see, though, given a good weekend, a fun weekend of cricket here in Atlanta.
Is he making a good point, Nikhil, because the viewers get the full-on experience even if they are on the pitch here in the field.
Went very full, swing and a miss.
Yeah, because those close calls and the kind of angles that we have here, really the spectators want to have a quick look to judge for themselves at what's going on in the middle. And that is the advantage of this modern day, the social media platforms, which Richards has looked to go exclusively full and straight. That occasion it was full, not straight enough, went under the bat though.
Connery just testing his defense. My question is though for the Orlando Galaxy, their low order has shown that they can just stick around. These two now have been together for 3 overs. Why can't the top order try to maximize some more of the 20 overs? No point going that hard that you lose your top 6 before the 15th over, especially after being 97 runs after 13 with that type of platform. Oh, there she is. She's watching you, Faisal Shah, learning about the game. In the gap. He's got this well, but it'll only be a single.
So heartening to see so many youngsters, boys and girls, come to watch cricket here at Atlanta Cricket Fields. They do play as well. There's a huge academy here, one of the largest in the country, with a strength of about 160 kids. This is the Atlanta Fire dugout. Some of their management staff still hanging on there.
Came off the outside edge. Good stop though by Hanchard Hamilton. In the end, save every run so critical for a team that's in desperate need of a win. Another good over though for the Lightning. Don't concede a boundary in it. It just goes for the 6 runs. 1, 2, 3 for 7.
About 5 that's in this over on P. You only 2 beers, right?
It's all up to you.
3 teams in search of 2 points. You look also at that Eastern Division. Very tight. The Yorkers, the Stallions, they've separated themselves from the rest. But you can't say the same about this conference because the Fire, the Raptors, and the Lightning, 1 single point separating the teams. Yes, you can see the Raptors have got a game in hand. After this, the Lightning would have played 12 and have finished their season with 2 next weekend.
So Atlanta Fire have 3 games coming up next weekend, starting off on Friday. A weekend of cricket to look forward to.
Short delivery, whizzing past the helmet. He likes to go that short delivery. Matthew Comrie's giving him some talk. But it's another extra. He struggled with the wides. Kyle Phillip. Over the course of the 2 days here in the heat in Atlanta.
Skip 1 for the over.
One for the over is the call from the umpire. That one was a fair call. Quite high for Matthew Comrie.
It's in the air. Comrie finally makes connection, but is well cut off at that point region. They get back for another 2. Comrie's quick between the sticks.
He's a good athlete. A wholehearted cricketer. A couple of weeks ago when Galaxy were here, he really fought hard in one of those games and also bowled a magnificent spell. Being a leg spinner, he does go for some runs from time to time. But I like the way he bounces back. I like the way he enjoys his cricket. Something the rest of the teammates of his need to learn from him. Just the attitude. Right attitude to play the game of cricket, Matthew Comrie.
For the last 2 overs, they've not struck a boundary. Just conceded 13 runs in the last 2 overs. And you have the 2 lower order batters batting, so you don't expect too much from Comrie and Desai. But you still want to get that scoring. They've gotten over that 125 mark. Gotten more than a run a ball. When we asked the question after 16 overs, there were 110. Well, gets his man. Slower delivery from Kyle Phillip. And he sends Matthew Comrie off hits the stump, has the last laugh.
That's another of the batters that I've jinxed today. Matthew Comrie tried his best though, but Kyle Phillip getting his variations right for once. And going forward, this will be really key. Look at that. Slow, loopier delivery. Got under the bat, hitting the base of the stumps. Good execution there from the big man. Comrie gone for 6. And Orlando Galaxy, 126 for 7.
Thank you.
To get the batsman's back.
No, can't put back on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, batsman in.
Isuru Kurowitage.
Batsman in, guys. Batsman in. Thank you.
Known for his spin bowling, but he's coming now. Has to get through these remaining 10 deliveries because you want to make use. If you bat these 10 balls, you get a run of ball. You still go past 135. Remember, this team defended 125 runs last weekend against the Morrisville Raptors, so they've shown that they can do it previously.
You got Neil? Tap this down just a minute. Turn it over. Go hit it. Again. Okay.
126 for 8.
Bring our work with.
Isuru Kurowitage in because of this. Base of off stump.
And look at this from Kyle Phillip. He holds his bat after delivering that ball whilst he's giving the send-off to Matthew Comrie. Just hope he hasn't tweaked anything because he's an important player with his extra pace. Still holding on to that left side. Trying to get through the over. 4 deliveries remaining for him to bowl in this all-important penultimate over. So tall man, Kyle Phillip. Man has played 21 internationals for the USA.
If I slip on it and I get hurt, you're going to pay my hospital fees, yeah? You're not going to be... So it's you. That's your middle stump. It's coming right arm over the wicket. 4 balls to go.
Kyle Phillip could really wrap up things very quickly. Maybe some cheap wickets on offer for the big man who's toiled hard here in the heat of Atlanta. Catch it is the call.
And catch it is it is. Jesse Bhutan makes no mistake on the edge of that circle. It's 2-2 for Kyle Phillip and the Atlanta Lightning. And Isuru Kurowitage is walking back without making any impact, without troubling the scores. Soft dismissal for him. Kyle Phillip again going full. No real timing on it. Easy catch in the end, completed. We saw this yesterday, Faisal Shah. They didn't use the full 20 overs. Goes for none. 126 for 9. The last man, Adam Khan, leg spinner to the middle. Surely they've got to try to bat these remaining 9 deliveries. 9 deliveries in a T20 game is a lot of time. 9 runs from here gets you past 100 and still past 135. Can they survive the wrath and heat pace of Kyle Phillip? Beats the outside edge. I want to see him full. I want to see him attack the stumps. Number 11 batting at in the middle. He went at the body to Kurowitage and is able to get the wicket.
Pace is a little bit too much for the lower order batters. Despite that slight niggle with his back that we suspect he's still running in hard. Just got 1 more delivery left.
2 is the call.
Can't get 2. No.
It's only going to be a single. Is he one of the quickest bowlers in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, Faisal Shah?
Well, I'd have to say that he might have quite a few contenders,
Coming right arm over. 1 to
quite
go.
a few contestants in that. If we had a speed gun, we would know Kone Dry's right up there.
That's your leg stump.
The Atlanta Fire fast bowler.
I know every week we do on the social media platforms of the MLC the Daffo News Shot of the Week. comes right across, and that will be all she wrote. Kyle Phillip, 3 in the over, and a great way to end his spell. Again, the Orlando Galaxy leave an over behind. Adam Khan coming right across. It was a half-hearted appeal from Phillip, but the umpire's finger went straight up.
You can see the leg stump and half of middle stump behind him as well. Probably it would have crashed onto that off stump. The impact might have been marginal, but umpire ruled in the favor of Carl Phillip, and he will take that because, like I said, he toiled hard in the heat of Atlanta, finally picking up some rewards for his work. But disappointing story once again from Orlando Galaxy. A typical end of season feel to that game and that innings that never really kicked on. They had a solid enough platform after 13 overs, but once again throw it away.
Let him do it actually. He's coming.
They'll be happy with that though, the Atlanta Lightning, and a must-win game for them to ensure that they restrict this Galaxy team, who at one stage you thought 150 was on the cards. They did extremely well to take these remaining 6 wickets for just 50 runs.
He spoke to me. Yes, sir. Inside, yeah.
He needs to go deeper than it is right now and refresh the lines, okay?
127 it was. A good performance from Roy Duchenne, who fell 1 short of a half century. But other than that, no real contributions, no real partnerships. Again, similar story for this Orlando Galaxy batting lineup, who struggled all season.
Number 5 downwards. Only Hardik Desai got into the double figures. The rest really struggled. The bowling, excellent bowling effort. And Carl Phillip will take the accolades. 4 for 20. He picked up some wickets. Really good for the confidence of the big man. 2 more wickets for Heath Richards. He's been in rich win, wicket-taking form. Today very economical as well. Carey Pierre was only required for 1 over and got a wicket immediately.
So the Atlanta Lightning will need 128 to win. It should be easy going for them. They've shown that they can get big totals in this tournament. And when they come out to bat, they will expect to chase that down. But the reason that they only have 128 to make is because of good work with the ball in hand. They lost the toss, were asked to field first. Nasir Ahmed was the first to go, held by Heath Richards at extra cover. And then Aryan Patel bowled an expensive over. Dimitri Adams hit 4 boundaries in this second over, which went for 16 runs. He's a stylish player, Adams. Good to see the youth in attendance as well. Kyle Phillip, he was great today. 4 wickets for him with his extra pace, but Mito Patel used the pace well. Terrence Hines also went early. The way that they started, 46 runs in the first 6. They did lose Dimitri Adams though. Siddharth Matani straight away into the attack, made an impact. And Roy Duchenne with brute force. The only real standout with the bat in hand, 49 for him today. He did strike some 6 boundaries and 2 maximums. And against spin especially, he was so effective. The beast, as they like to call him. When I went through Kyle Phillip, he'll be disappointed with that. A couple of mishaps in the field, which cost the Lightning a few extra runs. He's just so good against the spin. He took 9 runs off that Siddharth Matani over. And then Mito Patel broke the partnership when he was dismissed. Heath Richards again in the wickets, as he so often has been for this team. 2 for Richards today. That was a run out. He was part of it, making an impact for his team. First of 2 runouts. And then Sumit Sarawat came, hit a couple boundaries. Roy Duchenne though, he continued to dominate this Atlanta Lightning bowling attack with some good strokes, using the pace well, got some fortune along the way. But the one thing is, when he found the middle of the bat, boy did he find it. That went big over mid-wicket. And Aryan Patel, the youngster, just too full. Roy Duchenne not going to miss out on that. Sumit Sarawat Tried to support Duchenne, but then didn't get any power elevation on it. Richards from around the wicket, attacking the stumps. Boy, did he attack to get a huge wicket, which from that point on just brought the momentum. Because the wickets just began to tumble like dominoes for this Orlando Galaxy. This is the run out. Just miscommunication as Matlin had to go. Matthew Comrie came, the character that he is, made some noise at the crease, but not with the bat in hand. As Kyle Phillip just cannon one in. He took 3 wickets in this penultimate over. Matthew Comrie, Isuru Kuruwatage, and finally Adam Khan with a ball that was going on to hit the stumps, came right across his stumps. And that is all she wrote for the Orlando Galaxy. The last time they were back in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. When we return, the Atlanta Lightning should be an easy run chase. 128 it will be for them to win. Don't move, we'll be back very soon.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Oh, rain. Duckworth Lewis. This was clear blue just a while ago. Let me check the weather. Let me get this one. You need to crunch it before we go on it.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Hello and welcome back to the Atlanta Cricket Field. A short break because we don't want you to miss any of the action. The Orlando Galaxy getting to just 127 in their 19 overs, batted, unable to last the full time. Just at over 6 runs and over. And in terms of the bowling, well, the Lightning will be happy because Kyle Phillip, it's been a rough couple of games for him leading into this. 4 wickets, 3 coming in, 1 over. Wickets also for Siddharth Matani, who's good today as well. And Heath Richards back in the wickets, the leading wicket taker for the Lightning in this tournament. He's got 13 wickets now. Heath Richards. The target now, 128 for the Atlanta Lightning to win. Faisal Shah alongside me. What do the Lightning need to do inside this power play to get that?
To make sure they don't lose early wickets. That's the key when you're chasing a relatively small target. You don't want to lose early wickets. Very, very quick turnaround though, which is good for the Atlanta Lightning because they're keeping that momentum. There's some clouds building in the distance, but there is plenty of blue sky still. At the beginning of the day, there was a feeling that the rain may come late in the day. Atlanta Lightning certainly wouldn't want that to happen as you see the clouds in the distance.
Yeah, sky is getting a bit grey. So the Lightning will have one eye on that and one eye on the action. And they want to ensure that they win this before any rain or anything can come. Because they've already had 2 games which have been abandoned. And you can clearly see how much that's hurt their chances. Because you never know if they had won those 2 games. They could have been easily sitting comfortably up top. The Southern Division. 1 rained out game against the Fort Lauderdale Lions and 1 against the Atlanta Fire. When you think about Atlanta, you don't think the rain has such an impact. But watching it last night, Faisal Shah, I thought I was in a hurricane. Couldn't see the road, couldn't see the buildings.
The lightning and thunder was unbelievable. I'm about 80 miles further north from here, but I had to drive to a fast food and back, just a few minutes drive, but I couldn't see the road, like you said.
80 miles from the ground, Faisal Shah? 80 miles.
Yes, sir.
So how fast do you get there on your helicopter?
Oh, after this season with minor league cricket, I think my paycheck will be big enough to buy me a helicopter.
No, Faisal Shah, you need better. You have to go the route of the Toyota Tundra. The fastest but safest and best vehicle on the road.
If you give me the option, I'll take the Toyota Tundra because that is the ride that you really need, especially if you're traveling up and down those highways. 70 miles per hour for 80 miles trip, definitely. Toyota Tundra is your option.
Well, the way Mark Parchment has batted in this tournament, you can compare him to the Tundra. Just last weekend, 85 from 51 deliveries. Hanchard Hamilton yesterday also getting his 2nd consecutive 50. And the Galaxy will know they need to take early wickets. They've gone to the leading wicket taker, Sumit Sarawat.
Well, I'd rather compare him to the Camry because he's slick. You see him bat, he's effortless and he's so elegant. Even when trying for the big shots, I've seen him made that 70 last weekend against Atlanta Fire, and his batting was so elegant, and yet he was striking at 180 per 100 balls. So that's the class and quality of the man.
No, I disagree. Have to be the Toyota Tundra. Only way forward. Saw some great, as Mark Parchment, who spoke about in the runs for the 2nd season, saw some great footage that I would encourage everyone at home to go and take a look at on the social media platforms of the MLC. Seeing the Philadelphians sit in a Toyota Tundra, Mario Ramprasad, Liam Plunkett, that was great. Just great to see the interaction between the players. Check that out if you're at home. Sagar Patel at the other end. Hanchard Hamilton, of course, coming in at number 3.
Did you have your
Parchment missed out yesterday against the Raptors, but they want to cash in here today. Sarawat, man, that's been in the wickets for this Galaxy team. First delivery, 128 to win. Parchment, that's what he does. He just scores in boundaries. He's such an aggressive and attacking, but a controlled player.
Off to a flying start already. Anything in his half, Parchment will go for it. Any room. Forget, he's very good against short pitch bowling as well. This was in his half. Probably didn't quite catch the middle of the bat, but inside the power play, all he had to do was to beat the infield on this fast outfield here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields. Mark Parchment is key for Atlanta Lightning.
Well, second most runs for Parchment. Second most runs for the Lightning. Mark Parchment, 290 coming into this. 85, his highest score, which came last weekend against the Atlanta Fire in a losing cause. Yesterday, he missed out against the shorter delivery, was dismissed by Shivakumar Duvarapu. So he'll be looking now to utilize the home advantage here in Atlanta. Second season running he's played for this team. You look at Mark Parchment, 304 runs in the 12 innings back in 2021, the first season of this, the first edition of this Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. He's well on course to go past that. Already at 290.
Keep going, keep going.
Good time of the cricket ball, Mark Parchment, but there is that field at cover, two out loud outside the circle, one at cover, one at a deep third. Cover fielder there, you can see left of screen. And actually, no, it's not deep third, it's a deep mid wicket in place. So one on the leg side boundary, one on the onside boundary. He's now coming in though to Sagar Patel, coming inside that 30-yard circle. Who's going out? Slip in place as well. They're aggressive. Only 128-7 on the board. They know they have to take wickets.
Better field position for Sagar will be to have a deep cover out because he likes that lofted drive. Not much pace from these Orlando Galaxy bowlers. Have to be immaculate with their lines and lengths.
Batted really well yesterday, Patel. 62 from 41 deliveries. Down the leg side, we'll have to rebowl that one. The way him and Hanchard Hamilton played, the captain, one of the co-captains of this Lightning team, 134-run partnership between the two. Well, he was brilliant yesterday. Straight again, flicked to that fielder at that first straight mid-wicket position. Mathelin. So far, so good for the Galaxy. They will want wickets, so they'll need to hunt, not only in wickets, but in pairs, because they need more than one.
Very well bowled, very well. Please get man. That's over.
Ends with a dot. End of the first over, 6 for none.
Batsman. Thank you. No. You want third man or you want deep cover?
Mark Parchment, Sagar Patel, very good and long batting lineup. Not in particular order that you might see on your screen, but quite a lot of firepower in this batting lineup. Hanchard Hamilton probably will come to bat at number 3. 3 consecutive half centuries for him.
Leg please. Straight to the leg side. Covering leg stump batter. Thank you.
So from the other end.
Can I get middle too? Just a shade to offside. Covering middle batter. Thank you.
Looks like Desai into the attack.
Right arm over to you. Right arm over. Number 99.
It is hard to decide, so it's a pretty slow start for the Lightning with all the power that they've got, with Parchment and Patel being very watchful at the beginning. Both will want to get big scores and see this probably to the end, win it for their team. Just 128 runs it is to win. Oh, he just waited on it. He's slow. Desai, Parchment waited, but didn't make contact. Big let off for the Galaxy because he had a width on offer.
Like I said earlier, that's not much pace about these Galaxy bowlers. Very round armish, close to the stumps, and pushes it way wide.
Cover drive, sweet from Mark Parchment. As he'll pick up his second boundary of the innings. He's a touch player who can really make you pay at the beginning of any innings.
That's his second boundary. Just gets in line so beautifully. Look at the decent enough stride. Hitting through the line, up and over for a boundary. Very stylish, the flourish of the bat.
Well, he's now being reactive. The size, sending back that, feel that cover. He's looking to bring the long on in the circle. You see cover there, out. And also long on, out. So that deep third fielder comes up, slip in place again. Now he goes straight up. Hasn't got it by any means, Parchment. And it is taken. Running back, the captain, Nasser Ahmed, takes a very good catch. The Galaxy have struck.
Nasir is a very safe fielder. Once that was in the air, he called it very loudly that he wants it. Mark Parchment will be really disappointed. There wasn't much pressure there, not chasing a huge target. Gotten a couple boundaries away. One big shot too many, too early. With a big scoring Mark Parchment. He departs for 9. Galaxy breaking through early. Atlanta Lightning 10-for-1 now.
Hajar Hamilton, who's got 3 half-centuries in this tournament. He's been a stand-up with the bat in hand. 2 in the last 2 games. One against the Fire, and yesterday one against the Morrisville Raptors. 2 very good oppositions. He'll relish the opportunity to face what has proven to be a weakened Orlando Galaxy lineup. They've lost some key players, Tejner and Chandapal being one. With his runs. Also would have had Jermaine Harrison playing the one Yim Larry Charlie.
That's middle stump batter.
Thank you, sir.
So Hamilton over 500 runs in his minor league career.
Thank you.
This was the partnership. This was the partnership that took the Lightning up to 188 yesterday. Not only did they get 134, they also got it in just over 80 deliveries. It was all about the timing, the power on display from the 2 in the middle. Different challenge now for Desai.
Yeah.
Straight away, Hamilton off the mark.
No.
Sagar Patel it is. Correction.
Lefty on strike. Lefty on strike.
Mark Parchment hit 2 boundaries. He'll be disappointed that he wasn't able to cash in. Just went, again, looking to go down the ground. It just went straight up, high on the bat. An easy catch for Nasser Ahmed.
Thank you.
This is the key partnership. 2 men who are in form. And also run rates are very important. Orlando Galaxy suffered a huge loss yesterday at the hands of Atlanta Fire. Lightning chasing a similar target. They could do with finishing off this game nice and early to catch up some ground on Atlanta Fire in terms of the net run rate, because the form that Morrisville Raptors are showing, probably they're in pole position to get through from this group. Watch another single taken. Henchard Hamilton, this is what he will do. Rotate the strike, run really hard between the wickets. At any stage of the innings, you give him a bad ball, he'll put you away.
We did the opposite of rotate the strike early yesterday because it was just all power from the man who played for the Fire last season. Made the switch now to the Lightning for 2022. Desai, they'll be happy that he's got a wicket in his very first over. When did they go to spin? They have Matthew Comrie, who we've seen bowling the power play, bowled 2 overs yesterday. They have Adam Khan. Both leg spinners in this Galaxy team. It's another one. It's another one. 2 in the over for the Orlando Galaxy. Would you believe it? Just 128 on the board. The Atlanta Lightning in some early trouble.
It's exactly what we were talking about before the innings started. Atlanta Lightning, they don't need to lose too many early wickets. They'll put unnecessary pressure on them. And that's exactly what they've done. Informed men, Mark Parchment, and now Sagar Patel. Struggling against the short ball. It got a bit too big on him. Walking down, walking away. Very, very disappointed with his shot. This is not good for the Atlanta Lightning. 2 early wickets. Sagar Patel gone for 1. 12 for 2.
That's your leg stump.
12 for 2 early trouble for the Atlanta Lightning. That was the innings of the Orlando Galaxy, who got to 127. And the Lightning, in reply, lost 2 early wickets, and it's the openers gone. Cassius Burton has come to the middle. In at number 4, he's gotten the runs so far. Burton, he's only batted twice in this tournament. He's already gone past 51, so has a good record, an average of 61 in the 2 innings, and a strike rate of 160 as well. Definitely very capable, but he's got a job to do for his team. What you expect? And what you expect to be an easy run chase.
More pressure on Hamilton. Can he continue his streak?
Keeps the outside edge. All of a sudden, things happening here for the Orlando Galaxy.
Yeah, things are happening, and you would feel like they would feel that Hamilton is due a failure. And if he goes at this stage, that will be really panic. Look at that, playing with an angled bat. Very lucky he didn't get an edge on that.
Another dot delivery. Faisal Shah may have written off this Orlando Galaxy team too early, because they're showing that they have the fight. What a wicket this was to be the second in the over. In just the second over against this Lightning team. Desai striking, getting the wicket of Sagar Patel, who will be livid with himself.
I have to admit that this is not the first time that I've seen Sagar Patel get out in the similar fashion. Really struggles.
Short, up, and away. Hanchard Hamilton is in impeccable touch over the last 2 days and over the last 2 weekends, and he's continuing in that vein.
Got slightly lucky on that occasion. That short pitch delivery once again got too big on him. Top edge, look at that bat. Looks like he's got a good piece of willow. Those edges are so thick these days. Really flew over the head of the keeper.
Outside edge, and into the boundary for 4. Sometimes when you're in that purple patch, things just go your way. 6 and then a 4. Fortune for Hanchard Hamilton.
10 very lucky runs off 2 deliveries. Once again, not in control. Charging down. Across the line, got the edge. This is very nervy there from the Lightning.
Sumit Sarawat, he's been expensive. First over was a good one, just went for 6, but now 10 runs conceded, still 2 deliveries remaining in the over. 22 for 2 in the second over. Gotta love the 2s. 2 to go.
There you go. Just picked up from the stump, Mike. The umpire's calling out.
What about 2 in the commentary box?
2 in the commentary box. I'll tell you something funny, that 2 in the control room. Okay, I was gonna say that in Pakistani, like slang, when it comes to slang, number 2 is not a very nice number. So we could quickly get away with 2 as we move to 23.
Another wide this time on the outside the off stump. Of course, Faisal Shah from Pakistan. I wish you guys could see he's wrapping the PCB with his nice polo.
No, tape. There's some other tape on the first class logo.
It's in the air, but it falls safely for Hanchard Hamilton. And he gets being able to get off strike. Faisal Shah, PCB.
Not lucky enough to have got that when I was playing or coaching. Luckily, do some work for the Pakistan Cricket Board with cricket comms, so really proud of that. That's something you dream of if you play cricket in Pakistan.
I'll tell you what I dream of. The MLC, gotta dream of that. The 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship.
I'm gonna ask you for that. I haven't got mine yet. So.
Oh, we'll sort that out, along with the Toyota Tundra after this game. Can't allow you to make that 80-mile trek without the Tundra. Cassius Burton needs to make an impact for his team, much like that spectacular Toyota vehicle that we've so often talked about. I know people at home might be saying, you know, oh, Toyota sponsors the coverage. They've got to talk about it. But Faisal Shah, I'm not lying to you. When you sit down in this vehicle, you just feel just like you're in a supreme... I don't even have the adjectives to describe. I'm lost for words when you have to describe the Toyota. End of 3, 26 for 2.
Ampy, you be ready. You be ready. I'm here. Ampy.
They've taken early wickets, the
guys, go to positions. Go to positions.
Orlando Galaxy, but they're fighting back the Lightning, taking 14 runs from the last over. Hanchard Hamilton being able to find the boundary a couple of times.
Oh, sorry. Righty on strike. Righty on strike. Let's go, gentlemen. Let's go, gentlemen.
He wants to get out there. He wants to be part of the action. Ball in his right hand.
Guard batter.
We mentioned this many times throughout this broadcast that so many kids have come around to see these games here. I was just briefly mentioning about the academy that runs here in Atlanta. A very strong number of 160 kids come and train here. The next generation of cricketers from this country. Great start for all of them to see all these stars in front of them.
Down the leg side, not the line. You want a ball to Cassius Burton. He's a tall man, just uses the wrist well. Flicks it into the boundary, races into the boundary for 4.
Wrong line. He's straying on to the pads and easy pickings. The fine leg is up in the ring. Cassius Burton getting his innings away with that boundary. Desai got lucky in the last over. He got a wicket and didn't go for many. But he has to be on his disciplines all throughout.
Short again, and the same result. Well, this has been astonishing stuff from Burton. He's a man that's already gone to 50 in this tournament. He's showing you why he's so highly rated by this Lightning team.
Once again, Desai looking to tuck him up. And maybe she's looking for that replay because the way Burton got onto that. Look at that, short arm jab. Not enough room, but got his hands through the ball very, very quickly. Fast hands.
She wasn't even phased by that ball traveling at 1,000,000 miles per hour.
You know why? Because the feed she's watching, she's the ball behind.
Cassius Burton, 2 boundaries to start this 4th over. Run out chance, but he doesn't pick up cleanly at that mid-wicket position. But a good start. These last 2 overs have been fruitful for the Lightning. This is what you expected when they only had this 128 runs to chase. Already 9 runs from the first 2 deliveries. No spinners yet. They have Isiro Kurotage with his left arm spin. The leg spin of both Comrie and Adam Khan.
They're waiting for the end of the power play. This is what we noticed with them. They really want their spinners to bowl outside of the power play. They don't have enough runs.
Again, gentlemen.
Comes down the track. But he finds Comrie at extra cover. He missed out there, Hanchard Hamilton. He knows it. He does that so well. He just comes down. He moves around in his crease. He's able to minimize the length. Gets very close to the pitch of the delivery, which allows him to have sort of that hitting arc. Just spooned up in the air again. Much better when he's on that line at the body to Hanchard Hamilton.
The kind of form Hamilton has been in, consistency. It's one of those curious things in cricket as well. When you hit that kind of consistency, sometimes you find it difficult to start your innings.
Wide outside the off stump. We'll have to rebowl that one. The expensive over continues. A bit harsh, you find, Faisal Shah, that call there from the umpire. Desai certainly thinks so. He's shocked.
The angle was always taking it away from the batter, so by the time the keeper took, it looked pretty wide. But I think when it passed that tram line, you'd see, you get the replay to see the replay, you'd see that it was not that wide, marginal at best, if you can call it.
I think that was a tough call. This one, though, definitely wide. He's trying to get those wide Yorkers in. Hard to decide. The Lightning won't mind that. Told bonus runs for him. Conrad Rogers standing umpire. Run out chance at the bowler's end. Burton gets back there in the end. Finally finishes the over. Desai, 37 for 2.
Don't walk in the middle, batter. Don't walk in the middle. You can stay on the ends, not in the middle.
Good partnership between these two. So far forming the Lightning. 25 runs between Hanchard Hamilton and Cassius Burton at the moment. If you're now joining us, well, you missed a full day of action, but it's not finished yet. In the beautiful Atlanta cricket fields. So sad. It's really sad that I have to leave this state-of-the-art venue, because just look at that scenery. Reminds me a lot of Morgan Hill and what we were able to have there with the hills in the background, the ambiance. Reminds me a lot of Barbados, my home.
Are you missing home?
Badly.
Look at
No. Yeah, good one.
the far end of the ground, where, as we look at our picture now, there's a dense forest there at the back, and where our commentary box is towards the back of us is a beautiful lake. So this is beautiful surroundings here in the vicinity of Cumming.
What about Johns Creek, Faisal Shah? Nice river in Johns Creek. You never took me there as yet. Another dot delivery. Some of our production crew I know have been there. They've traveled there, enjoying themselves without me. Won't say anything else on that.
Full of complaints, are you, Nikhil? But yeah, this is a beautiful surrounding, and this area of Johns Creek has really come up and along in the last few years.
Oh, good ball, boy.
Just should be. 2 is the call, but it's straight to the man. It's only going to be a single. Heard some cricket being played in Johns Creek as well.
I was about to come to that. One of the most organized school cricket happening here, probably in the only district in the country where school cricket started in high schools a few years ago. Now it's gone to the middle school and primary school as well. So imagine somebody picking up cricket at primary school. They'll go along and play in the middle school and then high school. So they would really come along. And there's a big academy, Shackrack Park in the area of Johns Creek. It's a big hub of activity there for cricket. The beautiful electronic scoreboard, wonderful facility coming along as well. And a lot of people are putting a lot of effort there.
Mito Patel coming up to the stumps.
Good one, Dimi. Brilliant.
I have to mention here, umpire Conrad Rogers is a huge part of that school cricket system in Johns Creek, along with Mr. Shafiq Jadavji. These two gentlemen really have got this school cricket going along.
These have been good 4-5 deliveries from Sumit Sarawat. Keeping it very tight, just the 2 singles. You're still inside the power play. Excellent comeback from him. He's been expensive. Conceded 14 runs in his last over, but the captain's still persisting with him. The Atlanta cricket field's been so good to be here for the action this weekend. The 7th, of course, weekend of this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. And everybody knows the rest by now. Presented by Sunoco. Fueling us from weekend to weekend, taking us from one part of the country to the next. Did you get that pun, Faisal Shah? Fueling us.
Only one shot, man.
Should just be another single.
Good fielding, boy. Brilliant, boy.
I got that.
That's over.
Continue talking about that. Overdone and dusted. 5 gone. Atlanta Lightning, 40 for 2.
This Southern Division so tight. Atlanta Lightning currently in 3rd position. And after today's game, they'll go to 12 games. Will it be with 16 points and at top that table temporarily? The Galaxy, of course, finishing off today.
Even the net run rates are so tight. To the right of your screen and that column, net run rates, really important, but nothing between these 3 teams. Momentarily, if Lightning goes through today, they will stay on the top of the table till the weekend with a extra game, but the other 2 teams have game in hand, so it can come back.
Well, Roy Duchenne didn't bowl yesterday, but he's a man that's gotten 13 wickets for this Orlando Galaxy team. He's the 2nd leading wicket taker in this minor league tournament. So he's into the attack now with his off spin.
Yes, stop it. Good one, beast.
Heard the keeper Mito Patel. They call him the Beast. You hear people around the ground cheering for him when he bats. They call him the Beast. So I tell you, the way he hits it, you could see why.
Well bowled, beastie.
Well bowled, Beastie.
Good.
He did smash him around today earlier on. 49 was unlucky to miss out on that half century.
No, stay there, stay there.
The shirt that he's wearing, big Donai Nathaniel. We haven't seen him this season for most parts, at least here, the games that were played in Atlanta.
Adam.
Probably his nickname, Nathaniel. Duchenne. Maybe he has a new nickname. Just a small break in play whilst Hanshaw Hamilton gets some reinforcements.
Tell you one thing is common with the man, his shirt he's wearing. The ball can really smash the ball hard.
Nasir bhai, thoda. Sumit bhai, wait, yeah. Let's go, beast.
Taking a while to bowl this over, Rohit Duchenne. Remember, over it's do come into play.
Come on, BC.
Short, Hamilton. Well, he will take that with open arms every single day of the week and twice on Sundays.
We've seen him so many times. This is one of his very strong areas. He stays low, gets deep in his crease. Use of that bottom hand. He does pack a punch. Not much of a flourish, but just the punch takes the ball over the fence.
Well, on this synthetic surface, it's much slower. So when you do bowl short with no pace on it as a spinner, it's just going to sit up. Too easy for Harjad Hamilton to hit square, even on the bigger square boundaries.
Let's go.
He'll back himself.
Cat BC.
Over his head, Duchenne.
Hardik, shoot, he's out. Hardik, shoot.
Hardik Desai. Some good work at long on. Keeps it to just a single. Duchenne was in with a chance of a catch for a second.
Come in. Same field for righty.
Not tall enough for that one. He leapt up high in the air, but couldn't get to the ball.
Only 7-8 of this over. Come on, Bees, finish well.
Cassius Burton again squeezing this one in the gap. It's a quick outfield, but Adam Khan is equally quick. He'd been watching the Commonwealth Games, would have been inspired, done some good work to keep that to just 2 and save a certain boundary for his team, but it's been a good over for the Lightning.
Lefty,
11 from it, still another delivery to go in the over as the 50 comes up.
After those couple of early hiccups, the partnership has really eased the nerves. Once again, that man at the forefront, Hamilton, has found a good partner in Burton. Haven't seen much of him, but he looks in control.
Yeah, he's through. Okay,
Hamilton wanted a single. Nonetheless, there'll be a very good end to the power play for the Atlanta Lightning, taking 11 off the 6th over, 51 for 2.
Batters, end of power play. End of power play.
No, he was just there. The other one.
Don't bring it there, yeah?
The one square of the right next to Perrin. No, not that one. Next.
Change in bowling, number 26.
You want this or no?
Yeah. Slip.
So the action continuing, 51 for 2. And some of the Atlanta Fire players, Raheem Cornwall, Jamar Hamilton, Coach Wilden Cornwall still here. Watching the action, taking it all in, because next weekend they're going to face this Lightning team in Morrisville.
That's your leg stump.
So they're trying to analyze their opponents. Matthew Comrie with his leg spin, 2 in the power play yesterday. Outside now, he's into the attack. Well, he loves his cricket, loves to be in the bright lights. True character as well on the field.
Let's go, Matthew. Oh, go.
Leg spin, 2 is the call straight away. Very interesting now with the field going back, 5 allowed outside. What? The way Cassius Burton and Harjad Hamilton play the scenario, just 76 correction, more runs needed. 5 outside, long off, long on, deep cover, deep mid-wicket. And I feel that deep point position as well.
No, Sumit, you go here. Izuru!
Let's go. Oh, good fielding.
Short, but well cut off. At that point, region, he's such a good player square.
Good line, boy. Very good line.
It's good to see, though, that Galaxy giving it their all in the field. Modest total. They got early wickets. For a neutral, it makes for good viewing.
Out there.
Well played. by Hamilton, but this is well bowled from Comrie. The first two deliveries have been right on the money. Usually we see leg spinners, they have that loose delivery that just pulls down and that they're so often to pull.
Good areas, very good areas. Never see too much trouble with the ball in a T20 format, Nikhil. But the bowler has just handed the ball to the umpires to have a look.
Obviously, underneath that synthetic matting, there is clay, so you wonder how much that has an impact. The ball just going through the test and passing. Still okay. That white leather ball.
Going, coming, focus, wicket coming, guys, ready.
The way we can explain the rings that you saw the umpire has, the ball has to go through one and it shouldn't go through the other. That way it's deemed in shape and can be carried on with.
Slowly inching to that 128 needed for victory, a win that would put them at the top of the table temporarily before the final weekend of the group stage action in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's go. Well bowled, boy, very well bowled. Lovely line and length. Ready, eh? Away.
Tomorrow, not tomorrow, this is Friday. I wish it was tomorrow. Looking to sweep wide on the leg side. I wish the action continued tomorrow in this minor league, but on Friday, not a long wait, less than a week. 6 p.m. under the lights. The Morrisville Raptors up against the Atlanta Fire. The repeat of the game we saw this morning. The Fire will be looking for revenge. What a crucial game that will be to the standings of this Southern Division.
Absolutely. And the atmosphere on a Friday night at Church Street Park is really something really very special. And I'm sure for such a special game, it will be wonderful atmosphere. Less than a week to go for that.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. If you're at home, you don't want to miss it. If you can't come over to North Carolina. Aerial, but when he hits it extremely well. It was aerial for a second hand shot. Hamilton, he gets over the ropes for a boundary, and a great way to end what was a very tight over, 59 for 2.
Righty on strike. Come in. Have a look. Have a look. Let me have a look. All right, sir.
4 options used so far for the Orlando Galaxy. 3 for Sarawak, 2 for Desai. They were the standouts at the top of the innings with the new ball. Just the 1-0 for Duchenne, just 1 for Comrie. Right, Duchenne will continue. The beast, as they like to call him. 49 with the bat. Can he make an impact with the ball in hand? He's bowling with his cap on.
Bowling his hat. Yeah. Okay. Continuing.
Haven't seen that too often.
What about shades? Adam, go a little bit. That's it, Adam. That's it.
So, Cassius Burton on strike. This has been a good partnership for this Atlanta Lightning team. Very short. 2 is the call. It's only going to be a single though. Partnership now worth 48 between the two.
That is after a really jittery start because 2 wickets fell quite quickly.
Adam!
Partnership has eased the nerves and also put Atlanta Lightning back on track for a comprehensive win.
60 for 2 now. 68 runs away. Slowly but surely they're getting there. How often have you seen a bowler bowl with a cap on? Faisal Shah, you've seen a lot of cricket in your time.
Craig Matthews, the one comes to mind.
I know Hayley Matthews in the women's game bowls with a cap on. A lot of bowlers in that women's game keep the hair together. but not many in the men's. Right, Duchenne though goes against the status quo pretty often. Hamilton again finding that fielder. He's found it. He's middle of the ball, but straight to the fielders early on.
Brilliant bowling, brilliant bowling.
You're right. Plenty of girls in the women's game. They do keep their cap on, but Craig Matthews is the only one from Australia.
Ow! Well bowled, beast.
Funny character was Craig Matthews. A very good cricketer. His claim to fame was that famous tied test match in Chennai back in 1987.
Oh yeah! Isu, stop it! Stop it!
Looking for another boundary, and he will get another boundary. Hanchard Hamilton, because he's tried all over, but finally getting one off the outside edge. Doesn't matter how they come. Good way to end the 8th over. Still one delivery remaining.
Good try, good try, good try.
Hanchard Hamilton again in the runs. Another start for this Lightning team. As the asking rate comes down, decreases by the delivery. 5 now needed for over. Hamilton, has he middled that? Oh, you bet he has. Astonishing striking from Hamilton. Back-to-back boundaries to end. 68 for 2.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Wait. Now wait, good. Thoda wide jana. Yes.
Matthew Comrie in his leg spin. The partnership now worth 56 runs between these two in the middle, and that's all you need, especially when you're only chasing 128.
Only one.
One of the most underrated things
back up, guys.
got us in the gap, and it's a misfield by Dimitri Adams. It's going to be 3 consecutive boundaries for the Atlanta Lightning. 2 from Hamilton, and now 1 from Cassius Burton.
Floodgates have really opened up in the last couple of overs. That was short and wide, and Burton really thumped it. That pace on that ball downhill surprises a lot of fielders, and it did on that occasion for Dimitri Adams as well.
Much better delivery from Comrie. I was saying, making the point, previous delivery, Faisal Shah. I don't think a lot of people realize the importance of every single time in a T20 game, you have one big partnership that gets close to the 100-run mark. So often or not, you score well past 170, 180, because what it does is allow you to build that platform for the last 5 overs. Of course, I'm talking about when you're batting first, but even in a big run chase, we saw 200 needing to be chased by the Fire today. Mammoth from Cassius Burton, and all of a sudden the Atlanta Lightning are looking like they're well in control of this run chase, making light work of it.
Wow, simply stunning strike there. Got down on one knee, reached out, and got that ball way out in front of him. And look at that sail into the car park just in front of the clubhouse. Burton has really come on and took the innings by the storm.
All of a sudden now, it was 9 runs from the last over, 10 from the first 3 here.
Let's go, Kami!
The runs flowing. That run rate over 9. They want to finish this quickly because of that net run rate dilemma.
Old boy!
Dot delivery outside that off stump. Brave by Comrie to go back to the flighted delivery.
Was that a googly? It just came back a little bit to prevent the umpire from calling it a wide.
Very well
Much
bowled.
better delivery again from Matthew Comrie this time. Both Jamaicans, Burton and Comrie. So all 8-7-6 battle area code, of course, of Jamaica. Come on, Faisal Shah, you got to know your geography. Again, through extra cover. And again, Cassius Burton making the Galaxy pay. Move into the 80s. A great way to end the over. 82 for 2.
Call, please.
14 runs have come from the last over. 24 from the last 2. And it's been because of this partnership which has developed so nicely between Hamilton and Cassius Burton. Still haven't seen Bhutan, Terrence Hines, Harry Pears. So much power still to come. The worm, well, waving the Galaxy blue worm goodbye.
Well done, Nikhil. Yeah, as a contest, this game you'll see if another big over comes along, shoulders will drop very quickly.
I'm quite surprised that Isuru Kurowatage is coming to the attack so late, because yesterday he bowled well. They only had 105 runs to defend. I thought he challenged the stumps very consistently. Just 28 runs and a wicket in his 4 overs. And he has this action where he can bowl from this side arm, something we see from like a Ravindra Jadeja in the men's game, the international level, where he has that delivery that can just come with a low trajectory and it just keeps very low.
It adds that deception as well, because if you put a lot of work on the ball, even from that angle, if you just get it to straighten a little bit, generally the batters are expecting for the ball to keep coming at them.
Focus, let's go.
Look at that, getting extra bounce on that occasion.
Owie, go, go, go. Beast, go. Okay, easy.
2 was the call, but he's smartly sent back. We did see 2 run-outs by the Orlando Galaxy. The Lightning will want to avoid those at all costs. Halfway inside this 10th over, well on their way to get this well before the 20th over. Just 45 now needed.
Left arm around. Left arm around. Need to come.
Coming around the wicket now, Kurowatage 2.
Come in, yeah, you come in.
The left-handed Cassius Burton. I tell you, Mito Patel behind the stumps, just a joy to listen to. The way he's urging his fielders right to the very last delivery yesterday.
That's it.
Against the fire, he's speaks in Hindi, speaks in English.
Keepers are very interesting characters.
That's it. Let's go.
Mito Patel is no different. What are we waiting
for?
Sent back at the bowler's end.
Lovely, Kwame, lovely. Brilliant fielding.
Excellent over so far. Just the 1 run conceded.
Manav.
Just look how animated he is, Patel. I'm going to let the listeners at home, viewers at home, listen to Patel.
Yeah, come on, Izu.
But you have to wait, because that has been dispatched from Cassius Burton. You cannot bowl short, especially when you've got 2 set batters at the crease. Such a good over, spoiled by that delivery from Kurowatage.
Too short. That's exactly what Mithil Patel is telling. Ruin the over with 1 bad delivery, because up until that time, Kurowatage had bowled pretty nicely. But to these batters, you allow that kind of room, that kind of time, they will smash you. All he had to do was just to pick his spot.
Okay.
Very late. Overthrows are going to get some more runs as well. Sloppy wheels coming off now for the Galaxy. 7 runs from the over. 89 for 2.
Let's go. let's go, Adam. Zap, zap. Pull.
Yeah, same field I had yesterday.
Yeah, Kwame had the same one.
The Manhattan.
Left-hander, lefty. Yeah. Yeah, lefty. I need those guys outside.
Of course, the towers, the tall red towers, separating the two teams.
Change in bowling. It's coming right arm over the
The
wicket.
Galaxy and the Atlanta Lightning, two teams looking to battle it out. And it will be the youngster, one leg spinner to the other, Adam Khan. Speaking of youngsters, we'll hear from Aman Patel in a couple of minutes' time. Adam Khan. Down the leg side, starts with a wide. And it's going to be runs as well. 3 bonus runs for the Lightning with that wide. And now as they inch closer, just 37 runs needed. Aman Patel, how impressive have the Atlanta Lightning been?
Yeah, they've been good from that initial period where they lost 2 wickets early. You felt maybe they might slide down and make this an interesting chase, but they've kept the Orlando Galaxy at bay.
Oh, what a delivery that. Well, one spinning back in naturally to the left-handed hand shot. Hamilton almost hit the off stump. Very fortunate.
Yeah, played a lot of cricket with Adam Khan, and he's a big turner of the ball in both directions. That one nearly crashing on.
No ball!
No ball signal. Cardinal sin for any spinner, especially when you're bowling to a man by the name of Hanchard Hamilton, who's already struck 250s in 2 games and now is on 33. Well, he will be chomping at the bit to face this delivery.
Well, Adam Khan yesterday ended the game with an overstep. This time, once again, it looked like a tough call there from the umpire. But he's given the no ball. Free hit for Hanchard Hamilton.
And Hamilton has connected.
Field it.
Down the ground, though, there is that fielder at cover, but he can't get to it.
The ball.
So it's going to be a boundary, capitalizing on that free hit delivery. .97 now, closer to that total. Hamilton moves closer up to another half-century score.
Yeah, given the opportunity to free his hands here again, the luxury of a free hit. And just raced away from that long off fielder. Got 4-4 at Hanchard Hamilton.
Another single for Hamilton. He's really manufactured this innings extremely well. Both Burton and Hamilton, they came together at 12 for 2. And you just never know with these low scores. The Lightning, a team that was obviously low on confidence, losing the last 2 games, could have easily slipped to 20 for 3 or 30 for 4. Instead, 2 experienced men. Burton in just his 3rd game of this minor league tournament, showing his experience, showing how much of an asset he is to this Lightning team. Thought about the big slog sweep, but adjusting smartly in the end, just be a single. Already 10 from the first 4 deliveries.
I think you hit it on the head, Nikhil. Just the way they started this innings out. Again, 2 wickets down quickly. Not a lot of runs on the board. Not chasing a big total. And you can see it here. It's just a testament to the way they've played. They haven't tried to force anything. They've taken the balls as they've come. That's why these two, they've been able to put on a brilliant partnership. Lasting 85 runs. And again, Jamar Hamilton, excuse me, not Jamar Hamilton. We already saw Jamar Hamilton earlier today. Hanchard Hamilton alongside Cassius Burton.
Both wicketkeepers, both from the West Indies. You're forgiven. Both playing for Atlanta teams, both playing at the Atlanta cricket fields. One thing I love though, when you watch Hanchard Hamilton, you hear how loud he calls. Another one of the benefits of having the premium coverage brought to you by Daffodil, Sunoco, and Toyota. You get to hear all the action going on out in the middle. He's picked that up well, but there is that fielder, Dimitri Adams, out on that mid-wicket boundary. The 100 comes up on the in the 11th over. It's 100 for 2.
Left-hander, 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 left-hander. Over up.
Oh, 128. 128.
Just 28 runs needed now for victory as the 100 comes up instead of 11 overs. Refreshment break for the Atlanta Lightning. Still tons of batting to come. These two, though, will want to see it off to the very end.
Yeah, they've done all the hard work to get here. Again, just 28 runs to go. You always knew for the Orlando Galaxy it was an uphill battle. The lowest score through 2 years of minor league defended at the Atlanta Cricket Fields was 142. Again, well short of that, the Orlando Galaxy and Hanchard, Hamilton, Cassius Bird just making it an impossible task for them to try and defend it.
Isiro Kurowitage comes in to bowl his second over from this end. We've seen a lot of spin options. Duchenne, Matthew Comrie, Adam Khan. Now Isiro Kurowitage for his second. Again with that action, a very sidearm action. It's going to be runs. Outside edge found. And the boundary also found. Doesn't matter how they come at this stage for the Lightning. Hamilton has got some fortune today, though.
Yeah, Isuru very disappointed with the way that delivery turned out. Gets a genuine outside edge and is just thick enough to get away from the keeper's gloves and enough to use the pace to get it all the way for 4 runs.
No slip in place, so Kurowitage feel hard done by that he wasn't able to get his man. Hamilton again into the 40s. What it would be to have a 3rd consecutive half century in this minor league. Oh, he wanted to hit the lacquer off of that one. Completely missed it.
And again, he was just looking to take that one back of a length and take it over the top. Isuru Kurowitage, he's been really consistent through 2 days.
Sweeping. Asking the question, definitely going on the leg side though.
Yeah, I think Isuru just sensing that. Hanchard Hamilton was just getting used to that length. Just wanted to throw him a change up.
Just worked into the onside. They come back for a comfortable 2. It's really the inevitable for the Atlanta Lightning, a win, which will help them in terms of their chances if they want to stay in the reckoning for this qualification spot. They'll pick up their 7th win of this tournament, unless some miracle happens for the Galaxy. Another one that's going down the leg side. Ball spinning back in with the angle to the left-hander. But if they do win this, it'll be their 7th win in 12 games. You just wonder, though, Aman Patel, how pivotal the 2 no results, the 2 abandoned games
Very good over.
would be towards the end of this tournament when they look back on it. End of this 12th over, 107 for the loss of 2.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your trousseau, the 2022 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Rolling an excellent length. Keep that going. Just keep an eye on your foot. It's the only thing you can give him. It's so hard judging. I understand. The mat gets stuck in there.
So Adam Khan, first over was an expensive one, went for 11 runs. Cassius Burton, even with that ball spinning away, he'll be fancying his chances. He went big in the last over against Khan.
4 minutes behind. Captain Nicholas.
Wants 2. 2 is the call. He's got long strides and gets there comfortably in the end. Hanchard Hamilton happy to foster the strike. It'll be important for Burton, who hasn't batted very often in this tournament, just his 3rd game for this Lightning team. It'll be important for him to see the game through and get as many deliveries as possible out in the middle.
Yeah, good preparation for next week at Church Street, where it's all the more pivotal. After this win, they'll move to 16 points, but they'll have played more games than the Fire and the Morsel Raptors. So they're just going to want all of their middle order without Shamar Springer to just get in some nick, get in some flow, and know what they can do at the back end and have themselves trusting each other as we know more still. Always magic happens.
Single from Burton. That run's ticking. Less than 20 now required. Just 17 for victory.
Left-hander, left-hander, left-hander.
So close to being a Nelson. 111, but for 2. Mito Patel, he's been a tad quiet by his standards. Can't fault him because his team is going to register their 10th defeat.
Well bowled, well bowled.
I like this from Adam Khan, though. He's definitely one to watch in the future. Bowls with a lot of flight, and we've seen some deliveries grip in this synthetic surface, which is something that we haven't seen from a lot of spinners over the course of these 4 matches.
Yeah, he thought maybe they'd bring him and Matthew Comrie on a little bit earlier in the innings just to see if they can take a couple of more wickets, especially after the first 2 fell. You figure just try your hand, see what you have with the youngster.
Just pull that, but straight to the mid-wicket fielder.
And again for the Orlando Galaxy, just thinking about next year, Adam Khan getting buried in the depth chart.
Well, when you look at the 2 seasons for the Orlando Galaxy, last season they finished 3rd, so they've taken a drop, sort of setback
Coming, Adam, it's coming.
in terms of their 2022 season, now in 4th position. Well, Burton has picked that one up and picked it up nicely. Goes all the way for 6. As he moves closer to 50, what a way to end the over. 10 runs come from it. Huge hit from Cassius Burton. With just 10 runs away, the Atlanta Lightning will move to 16 points. And while they'll be at the top of the table, it then means that they can only get to 20 if the Atlanta Fire, you never know, that could come down to the 1 point between the 2 teams.
Yes, sir.
And you look in that NR column, no results. The Atlanta Lightning, the only team with 2 rain-affected games.
And that is the big thing for the Atlanta Lightning. We've seen no result for the Fire and the Raptors, but that extra game for the Lightning just is going to be a big one for them. And again, you just feel that could be the difference between a playoff spot.
Third or fourth? Third. उसको बोल बोल के थक वो यहाँ होना चाहिए वो अपने आप घूम जाते अब क्या बोलूं Alright, Isu.
Kurobatage continuing.
Yeah, very well bowled, Isu. He's gonna step out.
Well,
check him, check him.
Down the ground again. Another easy single, doing it in ones. Hitting singles before they get to that home run.
And nothing more required at this stage. Just the 9 runs left to chase down, and both bats on the brink of a half century. Both would love to get there before they close out this run chase.
How was that?
On the back leg.
How was that?
Asking the question, height may have been the only issue. Kurobatage was so confident that he had his man. What do you think, Aman Patel?
Yeah, I think height was a question. He's on the back foot. Does get a good balance, Kurobatage. Let's take a look at it.
Brilliant bowling.
And it was close, and I think might have been just clipping leg.
Only one mano. Bowler.
Probably umpire's call. 2 is the call, but they'll get it after just slight mishap in the field. Now 7 runs away, the Atlanta Lightning.
Well played, well played. Very good.
And that too bringing up the 50 of Cassius Burton. 50 off just 31 deliveries, 5 4s, 2 6s to his name as well.
He's not even celebrating at the moment, Burton, because here he is, gets a hug from Hanchard Hamilton. So Burton will be very happy with his half century. A tall man. And it's also his second half century in 3 matches. So whatever he's eating or drinking, some of those Lakshmi spices, he's been finding the results in this minor league. 250s in 3 games is mightily impressive.
Also that, given the pressure of filling in for a guy like Shamar Springer, never easy, but Burton's done it in such a fashion in which the Lightning, they've been able to just pick up where they left off.
Also 2 not outs in this tournament. He's averaged over 100, 103. He's actually not been dismissed in this tournament as yet. End of the over, 123 for 2.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your trousseau, the 2022 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Left-hander, left-hander, left-hander. Yeah.
50 for Hanchard Hamilton.
5.
So both batters for the Lightning getting to a half century. Hanchard Hamilton, 562 runs in his minor league career. We asked here for the fire. 50 not out in 42 deliveries, 6 boundaries and 2 maximums. A good healthy strike rate, just what his team needed. Will face Adam Khan, looking to win in this over. With 5 overs to spare will help their net run rate, of course. Just 5 needed. Oh, he went for it. He went for the glory in 1 stroke. Mito Patel may have missed a chance to stump him there.
And that's why you can see the expression of Adam Khan. He thought he had the stumping. The back foot was definitely in the air, just a googly, turning away from the arc of Hanchard Hamilton. Ends up being 1. Everyone's safe in the end.
I've been impressed, though, with the flight on offer from Adam Khan. Definitely one to watch in the future. Now Cassius Burton will be looking to go for glory and hit the winning runs for his team. Again, another one spinning away. Want to see him develop that googly a bit more, Adam Khan, but at this age, one of the under-19 players in this in this Galaxy team. Definitely seen some good things from him in this tournament thus far.
Yeah, had a couple of 2 or 3 wicket hauls in that minor league youth championship.
Yeah, he's only taken the 3 wickets in the tournament. He's bowled in 4 times. But definitely seen the right things that will get you excited for the future. Scores are level, just 1 to win for the Lightning. Another delivery that just beats the outside edge. Still 1 run to win. Sorry, make that 2 runs to win, correction.
Turning the ball square is Adam Khan, finding grip at a wicket that we haven't seen help the spinners.
Well, Burton again down the ground, and again, just another single. They're dealt in singles, which means that the scores are finally now level. One delivery remaining inside this over. It's been a clinical performance, though, from the Lightning. One that they'll be happy about after losing 2 on the trot. They needed to come back. They needed to win this game. Had to win it if they want to stay in the hunt. Hanchard Hamilton, the vice-captain, has led his team extremely well.
It's a wide ball.
Wide, and that will be it. The game will end on a wide. We had a no ball to finish a game yesterday. And now a good win, though, for the Atlanta Lightning team, who use home advantage. After losing yesterday, they pick up a much-needed win thanks to their bowlers who set up and just restricted the Galaxy to 128. And then an excellent partnership between Hanchard Hamilton and Cassius Burton, worth some 116 runs to see them over the line and win by some comfortable margin, 8 wickets in the end.
Yeah, it should help the run rate as well as we tail off into this final leg of the minor league cricket season. Again, they'll move up to 16 points now, but again, with 1 extra game played on the Atlanta Fire and 2 on the Morsel Raptors, they're gonna just hope their run rate can keep them over the line. A much-needed win and a big win, winning with 6 overs to spare.
Well, pretty easy in the end from Hamilton and Cassius Burton, ensuring that his team got over the line for the Galaxy. Well, a tough season again for them in the second year of this minor league cricket championship. The one that they'll have to go back to the drawing board and have a long think about management, ownership, because they want to come out strong next year, because they've been officially eliminated from the tournament. Atlanta Lightning winning by some 8 wickets thanks to 50s both from Hanchard Hamilton and Cassius Burton. In good time as well. Healthy strike rates, less than a run a ball.
And again, the bowling's card, just a tale of sorrows for the Orlando Galaxy. The pick of the day would be Hardik Desai, 2 overs, 17 runs, and 2 wickets to his name. Everyone else goes wicketless. The most economical would be Usuru Kuruwataje, who felt deserved a wicket, bowling 3 overs and giving up 19 runs.
Well, of course, that will be all she wrote for the Orlando Galaxy. The Lightning, with this win, they surge up to the top of the table. Now, the Galaxy 127, not going to be enough runs on a high-scoring venue here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields, winning pretty easily in the end, inside of 15 overs. The Lightning, 50s from both Burton and Hanchard Hamilton. Well, here's how the innings unfolded. There were some early setbacks. It was early breakthroughs for the Orlando Galaxy. Mark Parchment went early, one of the 2 openers to go. And he went for the just cover drive, which went straight up in the air. Good catch by Nasir Ahmed. Then Meetup Sagar Patel went, caught at that mid-wicket position. But this was the partnership that just took the game completely away from the Orlando Galaxy. Hanchard Hamilton hitting a couple 6s and 4s, which allowed him to ensure that they were in a comfortable position, even though they stuttered along the way. Hamilton was brilliant. In the first 6 overs, they were able to get to 51 runs, even after the 2 early setbacks. And Duchenne came into the attack, but he was met with a similar power. This one went through the offside. Hamilton, Hanchard Hamilton, 3rd game in a row where he's struck a half-century. Cassius Burton at the other end supported him extremely well. And a couple of misfields didn't help their cause. The Orlando Galaxy still searching for points. They would have wanted to finish on a winning note, but they were met by a great partnership between these 2 Jamaicans in the middle. Adam Khan came into the attack, was expensive with his leg spin. Hanchard Hamilton, well, just so effective for this Lightning team at the top of the order because of shots like that. Whether it was full, whether it was short, he was able to get the ball over the ropes. Cassius Burton using those long levers extremely well. And it ended what was a 114-run partnership between the 2. The Lightning, in the end, winning by 8 wickets. A pretty clinical performance, led by their bowlers. Phillip with 4, Richards 2, and Carey Pear picking up a wicket as well. And the man who made it happen with the ball in hand, Kyle Phillip, alongside me. Kyle, 4 wickets for you today. The last 2 games coming into this one, you've been under some pressure. You were expensive in your figures. What was different you felt about your bowling today?
Well, you know, just want to be thankful to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity today. I've been a little bit expensive in the past few games, sometimes unlucky, but I feel like everything happened today.
We'll see some of your clips very soon. What is the difficulties of bowling on this synthetic surface as a fast bowler here at the Atlanta Cricket Fields?
I mean, it's really difficult bowling on here. As the ball, it doesn't really do much. It just goes up and down. So if you don't swing the ball, then, you know, the batters have the upper hand. But I also think that my lines were just a little bit off. So I think that I improved in that today, and it all worked out well.
What does sort of this win now for the Atlanta Lightning mean for your guys' chances? Obviously, you go to the top of that Southern Division, but you know how tight it is with the Fire and the Raptors next weekend. What do you think it does to the confidence of the overall team?
I think it brings a lot of confidence to the team. We have been a confident group, and I think that this win just sets a stage for next week. It's going to be 2 tough games, so I think that we just got to stick together as a group and finish the job.
How good was it to see your 2 batters, Burton and Hanchard Hamilton, get 50s and get a big partnership to see you guys over the line?
It was so good. We have a lot of faith in those guys to set the standard up top, and that's what they've been doing in the past few games. And I'm really happy that everything kicked off today and we ended with a victory.
4 wickets for just 20 runs for today's man of the match, Kyle Phillip. Kyle, congrats to you, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in the weeks to come.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Kyle Phillip, 4 for 20 today for this Atlanta Lightning team. And it's helped them get to the top of that Southern Division. As you can see now, even though they played 1 more game than the Fire and 2 more than the Raptors, they go to 16 points, got a good net run rate as well, as they sit pretty on top of the Southern Division. 3 teams battling for 2 places in the playoffs. And the action continues in 5 days' time. We're not giving you a chance to breathe, because on Friday night, first game on the lights in this minor league that we'll be covering on the premium broadcast, the Atlanta Fire up against the Morrisville Raptors. A repeat of today. The Raptors won that one. Then on Saturday, the action continues. The Fire up against the Fort Lauderdale Lions, who struggled for wins in this tournament. And then the Raptors against the Lightning. We saw what that was able to produce yesterday. Went down to the final delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, next weekend of cricket, my oh my, delicious to say the least. And rounding it out with Sunday, the Raptors and the Lightning batting it out again at 2:30 p.m. And in the morning, the Fire and the Fort Lauderdale Lions. A repeat of the action from Saturday. Well, it's been a true pleasure on behalf of the production team here at Atlanta Cricket Fields to bring you the action live. Wow, has it been something scintillating to watch when you see the nail-biting finishes, the wickets, and the huge sixes that have all been struck. We look forward to seeing you in just 5 days' time. Don't go too far. You will be missed. It's bye for now.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.